Let's go.
Let's rock.
Jimmy Juice Podcast, man.
Let's go, let's go.
Figgy Fig, best in the world, that's what he do, know what I'm talking about. Ryan Rock, born and raised in the H-Town, Houston, Texas. Know what I'm saying? Let's go.
Let's go, in the jacuzzi, smoking threats, I got my feet up, cut them haters off, I told them beat it, I don't need you, spend 50 racks in cash, but it's all good, I got my visa, this rolling got them staring at me like the Mona Lisa, my ghetto, Nikeisha, I beat it like a creature, she always like my sneakers, these Jordan 5 pink aces, let's go, I'm knocking them down, baby, back in the row, he really the one,
They already know.
so all of my chains go put on the show.
Giving up gins, sipping my juice. Counting the beans, addicted to ends. Get back in on whatever I do. We get it in on the daily. I get it rocking like this with the 80. We really 10 toe down on the pave. What's up? We about to see what they saying.
Rockin' gym, sippin' juice. Rockin' gym, sippin' juice. Rockin' gym, sippin' juice. Rockin' gym, sippin' juice. Let's go. Gym, sippin' juice. Rockin' gym, sippin' juice. Rockin' gym, sippin' juice. Rockin' gym, sippin' juice. Go, let's go.
What do you have to say to everyone if we still consider the Astros cheaters?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Where the bitches at? It's supposed to be titties. Where the fucking titties in the bitch?
Remember back in the days, man, them days is over.
Toby be good nigga from my. Toby be good nigga from my son. Good nigga. Qualified.
Teach your man how to squabble. Get that trigger next time, nigga.
Hey, we need the new drop, man. You get the new drop in?
Yeah, I ain't getting in yet. I got it though.
Shit.
Yeah, I think I can play it from here.
We need the official. We've been knighted by Sir Carter himself. We need to play it.
Yeah, we've been waiting on this day for a long time, man.
Yes. Would you play it? I can't hear it.
Oh man, you can't hear it from here.
Nah. It's all good.
Yeah, I have it next week for sure.
Yeah, we'll keep it a surprise for people who don't. Well, you'll hear it next week then. But what's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of the Jim Juice Podcast. We're back at it. Figgy Fig, Ryan Rocket, back at it.
You will be calling.
I was looking for the Jay Prince one we had when he said the Gems of Juice.
Oh yeah, we need to find that, man.
Yeah.
A couple people done shouted out the Gems and Juice podcast.
Yeah,
now
appreciate y'all having me on the Gems and Juice.
Yeah, we got to bring that one back too. Got cosigns from Jay Prince and Jay-Z. Look at that, man. So yeah, we're back at it. Figgy Fig, Ryan Rocket. A lot to talk about. What's up, Matt? See you on YouTube. Good to see you again, bro.
What's up, man?
Hope you're doing good. He said, missed the last stream so awesome that you guys are back at it again. Yeah, had a little mini hiatus, but we're back at it, man. Back in full effect, doing it big. You know how it goes. A tragic past few days for Houston sports, though.
Man, it was tough.
Yeah.
I don't even know where to start.
We can start with the first thing that happened that kicked off a terrible 2 days of sports in Houston. The Rockets losing in overtime in epic fashion. They were up 10 points in overtime versus the Timberwolves, who are missing their best players, by the way. A very fucked up, beat up Timberwolves team, and went into overtime, which was already crazy enough that, they had to take this team to overtime. They got a 10-point lead in overtime and lost.
They were up 13.
They were up 13 points, the largest lead. I think this is the only time that a team has been up 10 plus points in overtime and lost a game. And 180 times it's happened. It is the first time it's ever happened in the NBA.
Yep.
Very embarrassing, man. I know it's a regular season game, But
That
it's
type of
just
stuff don't happen.
exactly, and something is off. Something is wrong with this team. Figgy, what's your take on this collapse of the Houston Rockets first and foremost?
Yeah, I think right now, I think people are pointing the finger at Ime right now. And I think that's totally fair, man. Like to me, there's no other way to look at it. Like I think this is flat out coaching because I think they got the team to, not look like this. I think I ain't sitting there saying they'd be the best team in the league, but dog, you got Kevin Durant, you got Şengün, you got Thompson, and y'all not looking like how we thought they were gonna look. And I just think, man, and not to mention the past couple games, man, you got some of your best games from all three of them and still lost. I think the other game, I forgot which game that was. That might have been the Bulls, I want to say. I can't remember. But they played somebody, and I want to say Durant had 40 on good shooting. Şengün had a damn near triple-double. 35 points and a triple-double, something like that. Thompson had a good game, over 20 points, and they still lost. And I'm like, man, to me, I think it's coaching. Ime Udoka, and I don't know how many press conferences or clips you be watching them, but every time it go bad, it seemed like he just call out the players, man. He always throw that word soft out there. They playing soft, and all this other stuff. And it's like, man, this come down to the head coach, man. And I know we used to always give Bill O'Brien grief about that when he said it's all on me. It's all on me. At some point, man, it's not just the players, man. Who got to get the players prepared? And that falls on you, man. And I think, and look, I'm not sitting there saying fire the coach or anything like that. But right now, man, their offense don't look right. And that was kind of the question last year about his offense. And I just don't, I really don't have an answer. And the most uncomfortable thing about this is they're going to think the answer is getting Giannis. They're going to think, oh, we got to get Giannis. So once we get Giannis, then we'll be championship contenders. I don't think that's it, man. I think a head coach with a good offensive like scheme and all that stuff, I think they can fix that. And he ain't got that, man. I think this going to mess around and maybe mess up the locker room a little bit, man, because you could tell these guys look frustrated. It seemed like they ain't talking to each other. And remember, I guess the theme of the season right now is body language. And I hate to be the body language guy, but it looked like they literally look like they playing at a rec center where there's no coach and they just throw the ball out there and just go. Where it just don't look right, man. So I don't know, man. I'm kind of out on the season at this point.
Yeah, I had a lot of cope, man. I was coping throughout the season. I kept saying it's a long season. I kept saying, let's see how it looks. Now it's pretty late in the season. Now we're talking about the playoffs, and it's I'm out on. I have no hope for them even making it past the first round at this point. Who can they beat in the 7-game series? I just don't see it. It's rough, man. It's I was trying to hold on. I kept coping, but after that, I'm like, no, that is a bad, like, you have to be a bad team to lose like that. Bad defensively, bad offensively, everything is bad if you lose in that fashion, in a historic fashion like that, on a team with Kevin Durant and good players on it. So, yeah, I have no hope anymore, man. I can't pretend like I'm excited about the rest of the season for the Houston Rockets. So it is what it is. Let's put up, the meme of whenever people put up the thank you fans for the season. Thank all you Houston fans. Put that graphic up. You just need that. Just go ahead and concede this season. It's over, man. Let's talk about next season.
Yeah, thank you to all the brilliant fans for an amazing season.
Thank you, fans. Doc, they were posting that after the first Astros game too, by the way. Thank you, fans. I'm like, all right, man, damn.
Yeah,
But
no, that shit had me dying when they posted that. I want to say after the first couple of weeks of the Texans season.
yeah,
I was just like,
after
oh man,
the 0-3 start, yeah,
yeah,
I remember that. That was funny too. But yeah, man, that was rough. And I forgot, we never did talk about this, by the way. Speaking of Rockets, we never did address the Kevin Durant burner account
oh yeah,
on the
yeah, I remember that.
podcast.
Yeah,
So this was a really big deal. And Kevin Durant has pretty much gone radio silent. I know he's put a few tweets here and there, but not nearly what he used to be.
yeah,
And people, I'm sure people know, but he was caught with a burner that was most likely his. He never actually denied it, so obviously that's confirmation that it was his. Where he was talking dirty about a lot of, his former teammates. He said he's tried to call out Steph Curry and and hold him accountable, and niggas looked at him like the Michael Irvin picture. Funniest thing he said, by the way. He also called Jabari Smith the R slur. He said he was retarded. He also said some other things that I'm surprised he didn't get fined for. Maybe because I guess it wasn't officially him.
they prove it was him.
Yeah, but he was saying some wild stuff. He had the F word, the F slur fly about somebody who's bumping Lil Wayne Lollipop or something like that. So a lot of crazy stuff. For the record, you do agree that was him, though, right?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, man. Because I was in Cleveland when it happened, so I wasn't really following it as much. How did they trace it back to him? Like, what was because I was trying to follow it, just so much going on though. But how did they trace it back to Kevin Durant? I mean, was it like they were following the same people or something like that? Or yeah, I'm not sure how they traced it back to it being him or his account.
I forget who actually put it out there. I know it was rumors, and he didn't help by admitting that he still had burners, by the way. If he never said that, then maybe people wouldn't look for it. But after he said in an interview that he still had burner accounts. And so that put people into investigative mode.
That. Yeah.
So, and I think the group chat he was in got leaked. Somebody put all that stuff out there. So maybe it was an inside job. Maybe it was somebody else putting the 2 and 2 together. I don't know. But yeah, man, it's whenever you see somebody defending another player extra hard, and it seems like that's all the account does is just talk about one player and defend them. Yeah. I'm always going to err on the side that that's probably either the player themselves or like the close family member or friend or something.
Yeah.
Related to the player. Because nobody is going to get on social media just to do one thing, is that to defend a fucking basketball player or football player.
Yeah. So, and by the way, that burn account was get off my Dixon.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
Yeah. Kevin Durant is funny, man. You know what? I understand, because I'm also somebody like a child of the internet. You know, I grew up on message boards and chat rooms. So I get the fun of just fucking around talking shit on the internet, man.
And you could tell, I don't know if he liked to be famous, but you could tell he's one of them guys. It wouldn't surprise me if he didn't want to be famous, if he just wanted to be a normal guy that could just hop on Twitter and just talk shit. And a lot of most celebrities can't do that, or basketball players at least can't do that. So it wouldn't surprise me if he's just that type of guy that don't give a fuck about jury and being in the club and all this other shit. He'd just pull up to a park and just play basketball if he could.
Yeah.
So
I think that's the case.
Yeah. So I think he can't just tweet whatever he wants. So the burner accounts, he just like doing that. He probably was in them chat rooms and message boards too at one point.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm pretty sure, man. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
But I understand it, but he has to know he can't be in the way he was doing it. He was just so confident that nobody would figure it out. Like, man, you're not that smart. Somebody out there is gonna put 2 and 2 together. Yep. So that's the number one rule on the internet. When you talk shit, make sure you're anonymous. Make sure nobody can figure out who you are, because if they could put it together, it's not a good look, man.
Yeah.
What's up, Tabs? You on YouTube as well. What's going on, man? Hope you're doing well.
What up, man?
Friday evening. Matt asks, why is it that the Rockets can't seem to shoot threes to save their life? Is it coaching or what? That's just fucking modern NBA fuckery that I hate,
Yeah.
It's just endless threes, and when they don't go in, nobody has the mind to maybe take it in or shoot a mid-range or something, some easy shot to get the offense going. It's got to be a three, no matter what.
Just keep jacking them up. Yep.
They
to answer his question, I think that they have no shooting on the team, man. We was kind of talking about this earlier on in the loop, and I think this is early on around the trade deadline. Everybody was like, "Oh, hey, the Rockets should go after Kobe White," which is guy who played for the I think he played for the Bulls. And we were like, "Nah, they don't need a Kobe White right now. They need an actual point guard." And Kobe White ain't the type of point guard or the guy they need right now, because they had scoring at the time. They had Reed Shepherd, Tari Eason that was shooting good at the time. Now in hindsight, it's like, damn, you do need Kobe White because they have no offense coming off the bench. And so right now, I just think all the players, if you look down their roster, look at their bench, none of those dudes can score. So I think, to answer the question, I think it's mainly the guys that are they can't shoot. And then I think the other thing, you have to put a little bit of coaching in there too, man.
Yeah. I mean, I would say that Ime Udoka got to be out this season, but I know they like him in the front office, so I don't know, man. I don't know if the problems are solvable with the change of head coach either,
Yeah.
So I just don't know, man.
Do you feel like the whole Jalen Green thing looks kind of bad now that they got rid of Jalen Green? They still in the same spot.
Maybe. What is Jalen Green doing right now in Phoenix?
I think he been hurt, to be honest.
Like
he's doing the same thing, but he's hurt.
If he was having like a breakout all-star caliber year, yes, I understand it. But since he's not, I don't understand we shouldn't have traded Jalen Green. What?
Yeah.
We went as far as we could with Jalen Green. We saw what he is, and I don't think he's changing, man. So no, I think if you have a chance to get KD, you get KD. I don't regret it yet. Maybe in the future, but not now.
Yeah, I don't regret it yet either. I feel like they didn't give up a lot for him either. You ain't give up the whole future. He was the future you gave up. Mm-hmm. And I think a first round. Did you give up a pick? I think, like you didn't give up a lot. And plus, I think you knew what you had in Jalen Green. I don't think he was a guy that would carry a team. If it was a way where you could keep Jalen Green as a number 2 or a number 3 guy, I would have did that. I think that was his role. I think if he was the number 2 guy or the number 3 guy, I think that's a perfect role. I don't think we'd be sitting here like, hey, what's up with Jalen Green? He ain't doing nothing. But for the simple fact that this was the guy you drafted over Evan Mobley and over some other people, and he's not the guy that carry a team, I think this is like, man, you gotta find somebody else. I think the person they really miss is Dylan Brooks.
Yeah.
That's the guy I think the Rockets really miss defense, and then he could shoot too. He could score. He was having a career year this year till he got hurt. But that's the one I feel like they miss him more than Jalen Green.
Yeah.
Let me ask you. Oh yeah. Go ahead.
Yes.
Okay, I was going to ask you this now. Do you feel like they should have took a look at James Harden again, like for point guard, because they needed a point guard, and right now he kind of tearing it up with the Cavs. Now you don't need James Harden to be 2017 James Harden. You strictly need a point guard, somebody. Pretty much what he's doing now. You still got Durant, you still got Şengün and all that stuff. Do you feel like they should have at least looked into maybe what was the price for James Harden?
Should they have considered it? Yeah, sure. Do I want it? No, man, I'm still out on that. I'm sorry. Dude quit on the team. He's just going to quit again. I don't understand why people are so thirsty for James Harden in Houston again. We know what he's going to do, man. We've seen prime James Harden and what he brings, and we didn't get anything out of it. So would he be able to play with Kevin Durant? Would you have to give away Kevin Durant? Are you going to put James Harden on this team with these people and expect it to be any better than what we got right now? I don't know, man. So no, I'm not. I know these James Harden fans are still out there. I know they're begging and crying on their knees for him. I'm not one of them, man. I'm not thirsty for it.
Yeah. I think to be honest with you, and you know, he got traded to the Cavaliers and they playing probably their best basketball this season.
Yep.
And just the way he been playing, man, I think if he would have been playing how he is now with the Rockets, I think they'd be a lot better, man. Because just the way he's playing, he's not the score first guy. He's really playing point guard. Like I think the other night he probably shot the ball like 7 times, man. He didn't even shoot that much, and he had like 7 assists. And I'm like, damn, that's exactly what they need. Now I don't think the Rockets would be able to get him because his price was high, and you had to give up somebody else, I think, just to make the salaries match. But I'm like, damn, this, like, I mean, I think the Cavs, they don't even need James Harden to be 2017 James Harden, man. You got Donovan Mitchell, you got some shooters around too. But I'm like, damn, if he was on this team, the way he been passing the ball, whenever you get a chance, and look, I ain't no James Harden stand or nothing, but just watch the way he been playing with Cleveland, some of his highlights, man. I'm just like, this dude throwing passes like he Magic Johnson. I'm like, damn, man. I'm like it'd be crazy if he just found that role where he could just be a point guard and maybe a second or third scorer. I'm like, man, that's crazy. Now I know the Rockets were going to be out on him, but he low key changed that Cavaliers season just the way he's been playing. And they traded Darius Garland. They traded him, and he wasn't even that type of player. And when you look at their stats, too, I see somebody put their side by side stats. They pretty much averages the same amount of points and the exact same amount of assists a game since they've been traded. So I'm just like, man, I just think the Rockets, they need some type of point guard, man, that can control some shit. And unfortunately, that ain't even going to happen.
Yeah, I really thought, I mean, everybody thought they'd make a move for that since it was the most obvious thing that they needed to add to the team. They just didn't.
Before this season.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, yeah, I don't know what the thinking was there. But yeah, as far as James Harden, I guess he's getting ready for LeBron to come next season. So he wants to make sure he looks really good. So, he's trying to make sure LeBron don't come and send him away. So, yeah, I think I'm glad James Harden's doing well, but we've seen him play very well in the regular season. I want to see what playoff James Harden looking like, man, because we've seen that and we know how that ends all the time. So, yeah, but good for him that he's balling out. I'm not thirsty for him to come back to Houston, but if it did happen, I wouldn't cry over it. But I'm just not thirsty for it like some of these fanboys are. So,
yeah.
David, what's up, David? On YouTube says, I'm about to board a plane in ATL, but I got to stop in to say I can't wait for y'all's Jay-Z conversation. I like how you spelled Jay-Z the new correct way. He went back to that spelling with that little thing on top of the Y.
He used that. He changed that part, that Y. Yeah. Oh, I didn't know that. I thought he just added the hyphen back.
Nah, he changed the that Y with those 2 dots on it. I don't know what the fuck that's called, but if you remember his first album, he spelled his name like that, and then he never spelled it like that again.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, and then he changed it back. I guess that's some kind of message that he's on offense now. No more defense. It's offense. It's Jay-Z. I'm going back to 96 with it. Yeah. Okay. We'll talk about that in a minute. We got other sports things to talk about first. Oh, yeah. I hope you're doing well in the airport, man. I heard the Atlanta TSA shit is almost as bad as Houston.
Yeah,
so,
that's the wrong airport to be.
yeah.
One
So
of the
hope you're
worst
doing all
airports
right.
in America, to be honest.
Yeah.
That's an awful airport.
That TSA shit in Houston, man, I couldn't believe that, dog. They're talking about how long was it? How long did the wait get up to?
About, I think, 300 minutes.
Yeah,
I think
some
that was the
crazy
highest
shit
I
like
saw.
that.
And that's just to get through TSA.
Motherfuckers missing their flights. Got to coming in
Yeah.
like 12 hours early. He's
Yeah.
at his gate, his gravy. Okay, you good then? That's cool.
Okay.
Yeah, it's crazy over here in Houston, man. So anybody in Houston thinking about flying, you might as well just stay where you're at. I think it's better now, actually, but for a while it was really bad.
Yeah.
Next up on the Houston sports collapse, we had the Astros opening day against the Los Angeles Angels in Anaheim. Now, I told everybody I was going to start watching baseball this year, and I actually did watch this fucking game. And then I realized maybe this was the wrong season to get into baseball. The Astros were shut out 0-3, did not score a single run. I did see the almost home run Yordan Alvarez hit that hit the ceiling and then got bounced off the course. But yeah, besides that, very boring game in general. I was doing some work in the background. By the way, the game started at 3 p.m. on a Thursday, which is another reason why I don't watch baseball.
Yeah.
And so I was doing some work in the background. Then I cut on a Nintendo Switch and started playing video games throughout the rest. Man, I wasn't tuned in much.
That's the last game you gonna watch.
yeah. I don't know if it's gonna happen, man. Maybe if I want to get into baseball, I gotta watch some better teams and really get into the sport because the offense in the Houston, the Astros, is picking up where it was last year, where it's just nobody can hit. So. You have any thoughts about this opening day? They play again, by the way, in about an hour or so. I think they're playing now, actually.
Yeah, so, they playing. I think they playing on Apple TV.
Yeah,
if you got an Apple,
put that.
Yeah, if you got an Apple TV account, you can watch it. And if you, I think opening day started Wednesday too. So, which they debuted on Netflix, which is kind of weird, but yeah, man, like it's too early. I think it's too early to tell, but this is a bad sign to me. I know it's early, but it is a bad sign. Ain't nobody hitting, man. That was the conversation last year, and so it is a little bit nerve-wracking. It's a little bit scary. Right now, I'm not sitting here thinking, oh, they about to make one of them Astro runs like we used to. Like I'm not really buying that. And if it get worse, man, I think I can see the Astros going into sell mode at the deadline type of deal. So hopefully that ain't the case. But nah, they got 3 hits throughout the whole game, and this is the Angels. Like the Angels,
shit team, man.
Man.
Like opening day at home, sellout crowd.
Yes. So I'm not really confident in the Astros right now. I know it's early, but right now my early take on it is I'm not confident.
Yeah, and the Cope already is sounding a lot like the Cope from last year. Oh, it's just one game. Oh, it's just 20 games. Oh, we ain't even at the All-Star break yet. Oh, they're making a run. Now, look, you guys are wrong. Oh, it's just one game. Oh, it's just 5 games. Nah, man, the team looks rough right now. It looks like they didn't improve at all from last year. So far, I mean, like, yeah, it is one game, but
you could kind of tell. You could kind of tell a little bit, man.
Yeah. If you're not energized to come out, and again, opening day, sellout crowd, a team that's won multiple World Series recently, if they come out and put on that kind of performance, it's not. I don't know, man. It's against the Angels, like you said too. So, yeah, I'm not gonna act like I'm hyped about the rest of the season. Hopefully, they can turn it around somehow. I don't know how they do it, but yeah. And finally, last but not least, maybe the biggest game of the week. Actually, it definitely was the biggest game of the week.
Yeah, this one hurt right here, man.
Yeah, it hurt me, man. I didn't even watch this game. I went to the gym and I was like, okay, the Cougars definitely gonna win, right?
Oh man, you went in thinking they about to win too?
Yeah, I thought Illinois, I know they were pretty good, but I thought the Cougars, they were gonna kill it with how they have been playing. And yeah, they another offensive struggle. I saw they scored 55 points in the whole game.
They had 24 a half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Real rough, man. My Houston Cougars lost in Houston, which really was the fucking knife in the stomach.
Center, man.
At the Toyota Center. Home field advantage, home court advantage, and lost. So they're out the tournament. Season is over. Players gonna leave. Some people gonna go to the draft, and it's start over again. Now Matt said this has been such a rough week for the Cougars. Losing at Toyota, I think, was the worst. If they're not going to win it all now, then when are they going to do it? Now, personally, man, I don't know about everybody else, but I'm not as hard on the college sports as I am the pro sports, because I think it's, impressive that the Cougars are this consistent with how college basketball is particularly.
They became a blue blood.
Exactly.
Much. Yeah.
So then even getting to the Sweet 16 was something we used to pray for. We used to think would just never happen realistically. Now we expect it. And that's with the teams changing, kids graduating, kids going to the draft and all that. And they still stay consistent. So I'm not as disappointed as I am when the Texans lose or the Rockets lose. And I'm like, man, these fucking grown-ass men professionals can't figure out how to score in 3 minutes in overtime. But personally, I'm not that hard on it, but it still did hurt. Figgy, what were your thoughts on the Cougars' loss?
Yeah, this one hurt for me, man. And like you said, I'm not that hard on them, but to me, I guess it's a little different because it's not like you're going to keep this team together for 4 years. This is college.
Yeah.
These kids are in and out, man. One and done, some transfer and all this other stuff. And then honestly, if you was listening to the head coach Kelvin Sampson talk, it sounds like he's not going to be around for too long, man. And he is older, and I think he's, he got the grandchildren and all that stuff. He ain't gonna be coaching around for a long time. And just his press conference, it sounds like he's just, not defeated, but it sounds like he's, might be ready for the next chapter. So, I like him a lot, and I wish he could have got in, got that national championship, man. And that one kind of hurt. And I think kind of similar to the Houston Texans, that path was pretty clear, man. A lot of big dogs were out. I think Florida is out. Houston got pretty much the home court advantage just playing at Toyota Center. I think Nebraska lost right before them, so they would have been playing Iowa if they would have won this game. And Iowa is a ninth seed, so I felt like the path was kind of clear for them to get to the Final Four and potentially win it. And I don't know, they just went cold, man. I don't know no other way to put it. I actually watched this game, and they just couldn't hit no shots. So I'm like, man, this is the wrong time to get that way. But like you said, man, it's fun that they get here every year and all this other stuff, but it hurt because now you got to wait next year. I think a lot of them players is gone. I think Kingston Flemings, I think that brother about to go to the draft. He ain't sticking around no more.
Mm-hmm.
You got some seniors that's probably dipping out too. Some other players that's dipping out. So you just got to start over. And I'm wondering what's the future looking like for the head coach. Is he going to stick around, or is he, is he going to retire, or we going to try it again? But that's the part that hurt, man. I want Kelvin Sampson to get one.
Yeah, I mean, he really is the one who built this basketball team up from nothing. I still remember him. I think I had just graduated when he got there, but he was talking about how he was like, begging students and fans to come out to the games because people weren't coming out supporting the team, trying to tell them that he was building something special. And he really did, man. This is a team that had not been good since the Akeem Olajuwon days, man, like way back in the 80s. So you really saw him build this team up from nothing and make them into championship contenders. So if he is leaving, I will definitely miss him. I don't know if he can replace something like that. It might be like
I think it'd be his son. I think his son is in line to take over. I don't know how good he is, but I think his son is next up in line.
Yeah.
That could go totally left, man. To me, I felt like that's just a roll of the dice. No, seriously, man. Just the way Kelvin Sampson is, man. Like, you losing a lot if he retire. And yeah, I mean, his son might be a really good coach, but man, like, Kelvin is one of them old school coaches that, like you said, built this program.
Yeah. It'll hurt when he leaves. But hopefully, I don't know, that nepotism is really good, and I don't really support it. So
that's what I said. It's a roll of the dice, man.
Exactly. How old is his son, by the way?
I'm not sure. I don't think he like in his 20s or nothing. But I think he's on the coaching staff now.
Yeah.
And
I'm anti young niggas coaching basketball in the first place, man. Like, people only respect former players or really old people as coaches, I feel. When you get somebody super young to be a coach that didn't play, you don't really respect that dude, man. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, his name is Kellen Sampson.
Kellen?
Yeah, Kellen. And
okay, Kellen Sampson.
He is 40 years old.
Okay, well, that's around my age, so I'm not gonna. Yeah, that's good enough, I guess.
Yeah,
but yeah, I don't know about that. We'll see. Hopefully, he some of that acumen rubbed off on him.
Yeah.
Matt on YouTube says, fair point, Rocket. Maybe I've got recency bias, but last year they were right there. I think maybe that hurt worse. That was way worse.
That was way worse.
That had me damn near in tears.
I'm still not over that, to be honest.
Yeah,
like, that's something I'm still not over, because I just remember I was at my family was in town, and I remember I was at Camp Houston, and we just there watching the game, and I'm like, yeah, they about to. Yeah, we got this one. And even my brother-in-law, who was right there, he was like, yeah, y'all got this one. All of a sudden they coming back. The other team, Florida, came back, and I'm like, what? And end up losing that game. And then just the way it ended too. It wasn't like he just blew the game where it wasn't close at the end. Like, dog, y'all, Houston had to make the shot, but you ain't even get a shot up.
Yeah.
That's the part where I was just like, wow, like that might be it, man.
No, that was way worse than this year, man. Okay, that was tears welling up a little bit, man. I was really rough. So yeah, this one sucked, but that one was just heartbreaking. So yeah, I don't know if we'll be close to that again, but yeah, we'll see how the Cougars go, man. I know they'll tool up and reload and be, I think the expectation for them is to make the Sweet 16 pretty much every season now. So
yeah,
I don't know. I'm not out on them, but as far as national championship, man, I don't know. I don't know if it'll happen in my lifetime. I hope it does. But that was the year. That was the fucking year, and it didn't happen. So yeah, that really sucked. You brought up them bad feelings, man. I thought I'd finally move on. I thought I finally moved past it. Now you done got me reminiscing about that day. So yeah, really rough. Really rough. That about does it, I guess, for
one more thing in sports.
Go ahead.
One more thing in sports real quick. This just happened not that long ago, but salute to Tillman Fertitta, man. He He's bringing the Houston Comets back.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. So for those who didn't know, I think this was a $300 million deal. He purchased the I want to say the Connecticut Sun, and he's moving them back. He's not back, but he's moving them to Houston to become the Houston Comets again.
Okay.
So I'm not sure the details on if it's going to take place. I'm guessing it'll take place this year or next year. I'm guessing this year, this season coming up. But yeah, maybe next season. But yeah, it's official now. Houston getting a WNBA team. Maybe they could get Juju Watkins.
Yeah,
she decided to come out of college.
That's dope, man. I always thought that was the biggest stain on the WNBA to me. The fact that the team that won, how many is it, like four in a row, man. Yeah. The team that won 4 championships in a row didn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
Which was crazy to me. That's what really made the WNBA look fraudulent. Because imagine if the Chicago Bulls folded as a franchise after Michael Jordan retired and he just weren't there anymore. Yeah. That's how it feels having the Houston Comets, the most winningest team in the WNBA history, just disappear and not exist anymore. So
yeah,
they're healing. WNBA is healing, and we'll finally get a team back. Now, I do wonder what attendance will look like because
beggars can't be choosers, man.
Yeah, but look, hopefully, if the team is good, I think fans will show up. But I don't know. I mean, people act like they don't want to even show up to fucking Texans and Rockets games on time or at all sometimes. So yeah, we'll see. But good to have the Houston Comets back.
Yeah.
Now we can sing that Zero Mo City Dawn. It won't feel super outdated when he said our 4-peat like Comets.
Yeah.
Yeah. It won't sound super outdated now. So yeah.
Yeah, and also other teams that's making the move. The NBA getting the Seattle Supersonics back.
Is that official now?
Yeah, I think so. I think that they got a vote. I don't know if it's like an official vote, but it's looking likely that they are going back to. They're going to put a franchise back in Seattle, and I think OKC mentioned that they're gonna give back all the Seattle shit too. I keep getting ready to say Seahawks, but the Supersonic shit. So that way it'd be back to the Seattle Supersonics. And then I think Vegas is looking like they're gonna get a team.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. They snuck that in there, but so people will be happy about the Seattle Supersonics coming back. Oh yeah, we're putting a team in Vegas too.
Yeah,
like everybody else is. So
yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Matt said what I saw was the Sun will play in Connecticut in 26 and then they'll move to Houston. Okay.
So next year.
Yeah. So that's cool.
I'm fine with that. I gotta look and see who on their roster.
Yeah. We need some kind of expansion draft or something, man.
Yeah.
That's how the Comets got super good in the first place, because they got that expansion draft. They got some players that I forget who it was, but they just didn't know these players would be as good as they would be. And the commissioner said years later, like, yeah, we wouldn't have let the Comets take all these players if we knew how good they all were. So,
yeah.
But you might need some kind of expansion emergency draft or some shit.
Yeah.
The Supersonics coming back will be cool, but I also wonder because I mean, there's so many shitty teams in the NBA already.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have some more shitty teams, and I don't know. It's good to have the Supersonics back, though. I mean, Seattle should have a basketball team. I feel it feels weird that they didn't, and they just moved to Oklahoma City. So
yeah, I think. Yeah, it's going. I think somebody from the West would be moving to the East to kind of even it out too. So they were considering either Memphis or Minnesota to move to the East. So I'm like, so yeah, it'd probably be some more shitty basketball, but
yeah,
the NBA don't care. They just trying to make more money.
Yeah. The Vegas thing, especially, where it's just, man, get the Charlotte Hornets the fuck out of here. Move them to Seattle. Like, does anybody care about the Hornets anymore?
Yeah. Either the Hornets or the Pelicans. And I know New Orleans rock with their squads and stuff, but the Pelicans is awful, man.
Yeah, get them the fuck out of here, man. And that's another rap song that will sound less outdated. Today was a good day. The Lakers beat the Supersonics. I had the Druski, had the Chronic, whatever the fuck he said.
Yeah.
So yeah, looking forward to the 90s are officially back. If we get the Supersonics and the Comets back, the 90s are officially back. And it'll be a good look. Good look.
Yeah.
There were some technically new releases this week, kind of, sort of. Kanye West kind of, sort of dropped an album, Bully, again for like the third time now. But it's still not officially out on streaming. So I'm not counting it yet. We're not going to review it until it's finished and done and posted on Tidal and YouTube and Spotify and all that and Apple Music, because we're just not going to play this game with Kanye. Fucking changing and editing albums at the last minute, then adding more songs and adding other shit and remixing it and mixing it again.
He didn't like the mix on this one, so he took it off streaming and put it back and all this other shit.
Exactly. He did have a live stream event in LA, and he did stream the album on YouTube. It's at least what the album is right now. A lot of short songs, a lot of like 1:30 songs, 2-minute songs. So he's playing a streaming game, I guess, like everybody else. But I will say, from what I've heard, I hate to say it,
back.
He ain't washed. He ain't washed yet. Every time I think he's done and washed, like before Donda dropped, I was like, all right, we ain't got to listen to Kanye no more. Then that album dropped. I'm like, oh man, he still got it. Then he dropped all this bullshit, not to mention all the Nazi racist shit he was saying. The Vultures and Vultures 2, I wasn't fucking with. I'm like, okay, he's done. Now he's dropping Soul Sample Kanye again. I'm like,
how do you think the like just the world will accept Kanye again? Do you think they're going to bring him back in how he was just off the strength of the music, or you think that ship has sailed as far as he just burnt too many bridges where he won't ever get that same hype that he got at one point?
Now, when you say accepted, do you mean the industry or the fans? Because the fans never stopped.
Really left.
Yeah.
I'm just saying,
sold out. He's doing a show in LA, SoFi Stadium, and that sold out instantly.
The fans never left.
Yeah.
I don't think that was the issue. I think the issue was just everybody in the industry just got to step away from it. I think Ty Dolla $ign, he was the last one in his corner, funny enough. And he kind of recently stepped away over the Nazi shit. And I'm just like, brother, you got a couple albums with him now, and now you want to step away? But I'm wondering if he's going to get all the attention again, just from media coverage, from people in the industry, just kind of, hey, I got to get around Kanye again. And, I wonder if he's going to get that type of love again, because he was isolated, man.
Yeah. I think it will take years and years, if it ever happens, to rebuild some of the relationships. I don't know if the Jay-Z Kanye shit can be fixed. I'll say that much. I think Kanye really went too far with that one, talking about his kids. So I think that ship has sailed, probably. As far as the industry is still fucking with him in some regards. I mean, he had not Ty Dolla $ign. He had Travis Scott on the album. He had 9, like some younger rappers too. People still will fuck with Kanye, but as far as the industry, the people who truly run it, will he ever get a big fashion deal again? Will he ever get a Super Bowl performance? Definitely not. Will he ever tour again? Probably not, because he can't get insured for his tours because of that last shit he did with Life of Pablo tour. So he'll probably never do an official tour again. He'll just do what he's doing now.
Pop-up show.
Single shows in big stadiums, and that's it.
Yeah.
But so in certain regards, I think he's burned too many bridges to ever be what he was before that. But I still think even what he is right now is still one of the biggest artists in the world.
Yeah.
So Kanye has really proved when you reach a certain level, you can only fall so far.
Yeah.
And even no matter how low you go, you will still be.
And he was the lowest anybody can go without committing a crime. Low.
Yes. As long as what you did was not technically illegal, you could just say anything and you'll be okay.
Yeah.
Now you will lose some stuff, but you won't lose your career. And he has not lost his career yet somehow, even though he's tried to blow it up several times.
Man,
he's still here and he's still one of the biggest artists on earth. So I don't know.
It's crazy, man. I thought that was it for him, man. And I was on the bandwagon for a minute. And I'm just thinking, like, man, nah, I just can't. Like, I got to the point I ain't even entertain any new release because he released some stuff for the Bully album.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, I didn't really care to hear for it. And now I'm just like, damn, he still got it.
Got me again, man. Damn.
Yeah. And I kind of became an old man where I'm just like, I'm not paying attention to no release unless it's big dogs or, and now I'm just like, damn, I was up last night around 11 and I was checking, like, did he release the album? I was gonna get up out the bed, put my Apple AirPods on, and listen to that shit. I'm like, damn, he still got me now.
Yeah. I can't look, and I understand people who say, you know what, I don't care for it, and I'm not gonna bump anything because of what he did and what he said. I understand it. I'm not like R. Kelly shit. I understand, but I'm not gonna front and act like I'm not trying to hear any more Kanye ever again, you know. So it's tough being kind of a Kanye fan, somebody who grew up with his music. We were there since the beginning, man. We saw his rise and fall and rise and fall again, and we got too much invested to just quit him now. All right. Yeah. Unfortunately, we will always check for Kanye in some capacity, even though he's, said some shitty, horrible things and tried to, destroy everybody in his whole career and said some very disrespectful stuff about a lot of people. Yeah. But music still bump, man. What can we do? Yeah. So that's just how it is, man. That's just how we are. We're all hypocrites, Yeah. Speaking of Jay-Z, though, Jay-Z. Oh, by the way, I talked myself down from trying to get tickets for that show.
The more I started looking into it, I'm just like, this is impossible.
Yeah. I really had to, I really talked some sense into myself. I'm like, okay, am I really gonna pay $1,000+ plus airfare plus new, hotel in New York? I've never been in New York, by the way, so this is my first time going to see a 56-year-old man rap in a baseball stadium. Yeah. Even though I love Jay-Z, I love the albums he's doing, performing there, I'm not that big of a fan to spend that much money on him. So, yeah, if he ever comes down here, I'll definitely be in line to get some tickets and go. But I'm not going to fucking go out there just to see Jay. That's kind of insane. I talk myself down from it. I'm like, nah, man.
Yeah.
So, not going to see Jay in New York in July, but he is apparently out and about. He's talking now. He did an interview, the first interview he's done in a long time. He sat down with a young brother from GQ, who I never heard of because I don't read GQ, but this dude knew his shit. I got to give him props, man. He's definitely a Jay stan. You can tell he referenced a lot of Jay-Z quotes and Jay-Z albums and talked about stuff like a written testimony. The album would Jay Electronica, which not a lot of people talk about. So, my mom just I guess my mom is watching. She said, "You better not." My mom just texted me right now. She's talking about. She said, "You better not pay more on Jay-Z than you did on those Diana Ross tickets." Yeah, because I spent a lot of money to take my mom to go see Diana Ross.
Hey, I guarantee you, it's probably more than that.
100%. And for shitty seats too, it would be a lot more. But Diana Ross, who was right in the front row, man.
That's
like maybe
it,
one row behind. No, I think we're actually in the front row. No, we're like 2 rows behind, I think.
Yeah, that's worth it.
It was.
Yeah,
it was a good show. But I'm
if
not going to pay
that price for Jay-Z to be that close. I think that will be worth it.
Yes,
but you ain't paying that much to be that close.
That's like 10K seats, man. To be close to the dugout or something, where you can Jay-Z the clearest. So yeah, I'm not gonna see. We're not gonna see Jay-Z. Unfortunately, we're not gonna do Jay-Z field trip.
Hey, just watch it on online, man.
Yeah, I hope they stream it. I would think they're gonna stream it. I hope they do
on Tidal. They should.
So
yeah, they should.
So. Unfortunately, we'll miss it, but we did see the interview he did with GQ. I watched the whole thing. It took me a few days. It was not very exciting, I got to say. A lot of Jay-Z talking about, how smart Blue Ivy is and how she could play the piano and shit. Stuff about how hard this year has been for him with the Tony Busby stuff. Talking about how he, how people hate him because he's rich. And all this stuff. But, there were some cool little gems and jewels in there, that he said, getting into his mindset about, how he writes and makes music and how he's waiting to make this next album until he has, everything in order, I guess, whatever. Most interesting thing and the thing we're going to play right now and react to is his reaction to Kendrick and Drake. The beef, of course, he booked Kendrick for the Super Bowl performance. And it's funny because you can kind of tell that Jay-Z was annoyed that Kendrick played his new songs on the Super Bowl because he was like, the idea to do that it was a choice. That's what he said about that. It was a choice to do the whole new album. But here was his take on Kendrick versus Drake that had people reacting and saying all types of things, and we'll react to it as well.
We love the excitement, and I love the sparring and the music you get. Mm-hmm. But in this day and age, it's so much negative stuff that comes with it that you almost wish it didn't happen.
Really?
Yeah, because it's almost like it's a final thing. Now people that like Kendrick hate Drake.
Yeah.
No matter what he makes. No matter what he says, and it goes far too. It's like attack on his character and his thing, and it's like, I don't know if I love that.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's helpful to our growth where the fallout lands, especially on on social media, which takes place every day.
Yeah.
And now you have these pods of cult,
the Stan armies fighting.
Yeah, and it's like it's too far.
Yeah.
It's like bringing people kids in it.
Yeah.
And it's like I don't like that. Maybe I've grown in a space that is probably, I sound like the old guy wagging the thing. But I think we can achieve the same thing as far as like sparring with music, with collaborations more so than breaking the whole thing apart.
Yeah.
It could stand it before because there was no social media and there was no thing. And, you had the battle and it was fun and then you moved on.
Right.
Right now, I don't know if it could stand it with the technology that we have.
Because it takes up so much oxygen.
It takes up so much oxygen.
Yeah.
And now it's just like every day they're just trying
they're
to
still talking about it.
It's not just talking about it. Not like, yo, this song, I like this.
Yeah.
No, it's like trying to tear down the people's life.
Yeah.
It's like trying to, wreck this guy's marriage or this guy's relationship with his child. And it's like, I don't know, man. I don't know if it's worth it at this point.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's interesting.
Again, I love the idea that we got so much music in such a short period of time.
Great music.
Just everything around it was just like, man, it's like taking us a couple steps back.
Yeah.
And we just grown so much that I don't know if, I guess I'm gonna say it, I don't know if battling needs to be part of the culture anymore.
Interesting.
I hate that I have this point of view. I do, because I know I know what it sounds like. I know what it feels like.
So yeah, that was probably the most controversial part of this interview. And he really put the nail on the head when he said he doesn't think battling should be a part of rap culture anymore. Now, Figgy, I want your thoughts on this. I think we might align here, but what were your thoughts about what Jay-Z said here and his reaction to Kendrick versus Drake?
So my first thought was, when I first heard that part of it, I was like, damn, like you got some nerve. I know people grow old and learn from their mistakes. And I think he said later on in the interview, he, you know, I can't remember if he used the word regret or what, but he, you know, he say he liked Nas. Nas is a nice guy, and you know, and probably I'm guessing he probably wish he could take that back, or at least publicly. But I think I'm kind of wondering. I wish he could have kind of followed up on that a little bit more. Like, what do you mean battle shouldn't be a part of the culture? Is he talking about overall? Just, I don't think he's talking about rap battling. I think he'd probably make it clear and not talk about rap battling. But I don't know. I think he's to me, I think he's a little bit off on this. Like, this is what it was, man. I think for the simple fact, just I think the whole internet part, I think this is the first battle we really got where the internet was heavily involved, where, you know, you got a lot of stands on both sides just doing the most that where it didn't really make it fun. And I don't know if I would go that far to say it should be part of the culture, man. This is hip hop, man. Hip hop always been about battling, even if it wasn't back and forth like this. People always throwing shots at other people on songs and all that stuff. That's where it started. So I kind of disagree with him on that, but maybe he just mean it in this way, where it just got pretty much mudslinging. And I think you could agree it was pretty much mudslinging that at one point. It wasn't just about the good music and personal jab or you know, a couple jabs. Maybe he's talking about this, but if he's just talking about general, maybe it shouldn't be a part of the culture. I just disagree with it. I just think him and Nas battle, it really defined them afterwards, man. They both stood strong after that. It didn't hurt anybody no type of way. They both went on to make good music and all that stuff. And you heard him say they pretty good friends now. A good guy. So I just think, man, I just think he probably didn't like the mudslinging, probably didn't like the internet stuff, and clearly he be on the internet a lot, on social media a lot. So I think that's the part he didn't like. And quite frankly, I think all of us didn't like that part. I don't know anybody that liked the stands of, if you're not one of them, I don't think we like either of the stands and all that shit. I think they kind of made the battle a little whack. But honestly, I think he's kind of off on it. I don't know where you stand. I think he's kind of off on this, man. To me, it seemed like he forgot where he came from, and he know what it is, and he made super ugly, man. Let's be real. He made super ugly, talking about leaving condoms on the baby seats, and so. And I know he apologized for that. He had to go and apologize for that. But, man, he know how it is, man. When it's wartime, it's wartime. And clearly they took the gloves off. So I don't understand. To me, seeing that, and we was reacting to it in real time. Not once did I ever think that battling don't need to be part of the culture. I never thought that. So I disagree with him on this.
Yeah, I think he's way off base here, man. Now, this reminds me of a movie, one of my favorite movies. I don't know if you've ever seen the movie No Country for Old Men. But this reminds me a lot of that. It's a movie with Tommy Lee Jones in it, and Tommy Lee Jones is this old sheriff in some border town that he's retiring because the violence is getting too much for him, and basically it's not like the old days for him. He's feeling overmatched, like he says. Near the end of the movie, he goes to talk to an other retired sheriff, the guy who was a sheriff before him, and he sits down with this guy and he tells him, he's like, I heard you're retiring. And he's like, yeah, I feel overmatched, man. And the older sheriff tells him, this is just, the violence is nothing new. You're just too old for it now. But the world has always been crazy. You're the one that's changing, and it's too much for you now. And that's basically the exact same thing that's going on with Jay-Z here. Nothing in this battle was crazier than anything else that's happened in high-profile rap battles. Yeah. Okay, the craziest battle of all time still has to be Tupac, East Coast, West Coast, Pac, Biggie. Niggas died over that shit. All right, and so this battle was nothing about this battle was outrageous in the history of high-profile rap battles. People have always crossed lines. People have always gone too far. But in general, both come out fine. Jay-Z and Nas came out fine. As far as stan culture, like that's something new, that's been around since Tupac and Biggie too, man. Yeah. You had to pick a side in Tupac versus Biggie back in the day. All right. You had to pick a side in Jay-Z versus Nas. You had to pick a side in Kendrick and Drake. Stan culture has always been a part of these beefs, man, when it's high-profile rappers going at it. So I understand why he's acting like that's something new. Now, the internet does add a certain component to it where, people are getting slandered. You can actually see the slander against you versus back in the day where you just had to read it in a Source magazine or something. I don't know. But it's more in your face now. But this is really nothing new in hip-hop. And I got another clip to play. I'll just add it to the rundown, man. The clip of J. Cole and his comments on Drake and Kendrick as well, because it kind of ties into this. And he was on Talk with Flea. He finally showed up to the Cameron podcast, by the way, after Cameron tried to sue him for no showing. So he finally did the podcast. He did an interview. He asked some questions. He got into it about Kendrick and Drake, and this is what he had to say about the Drake and Kendrick battle.
The Drake and Kendrick thing got totally out of hand. Do you think it spiraled out of control?
The world, right away, the world became like politics. You're either Democrat or Republican. You're either Kendrick or you Drake. And you got to pick a side, boom, boom. And I felt like the nigga that was like disgusted both ways damn near. You know what I mean? So when you say, did it get out of hand? It's like, creatively, that's not my place to say.
Right.
But I think the out of hand that I think is like, to me, is like disgusting how people try to use that opportunity, either show how they really felt about Drake the whole time, or just like pile on
that's a fact.
And tear this dude down and like create a narrative as if he's not great. It was a whole campaign and probably still is to this day.
Right.
So on one hand, it's like, yo, I feel weird and they're gonna make headlines out of this. Just like when I see Kendrick get the moment he had, the pop out, the stadium, the Super Bowl,
the Grammys.
I'm like, I'm just as proud of this nigga as I was when I knew him back then. But I also hate that for Drake. And I hate how the world turns on him. And simultaneously, I'm over here like, man, I hope Iceman go crazy.
So this pissed me off too, man, because, okay, now we can all agree that Drake lost this battle, but what did Drake really lose by losing this battle? Outside of credibility, maybe internet points, I remember all those rankings of the highest streamed artists. He's still number one in most streaming categories. He's still the most streamed artist. He's still making the most money. What did this battle do to Drake negatively besides public perception on the internet, which really don't mean a whole lot when you turn the screen off?
Yeah, I know you just mentioned credibility. I don't even know if he lost that, to be honest, because it was a bunch of times I thought he was going to lose his credibility with the ghostwriting stuff and all that, the reference tracks, and he got hotter after that. So I just feel like he got his stance already. People still love his music. I think the most he lost out of this, he just got pretty much embarrassed. It was just embarrassed. You got some other shit that some leaks. Remember the whole thing with the Ozempic. Remember it was an account that was just trying to expose him and all this other shit. To me, I think you just got embarrassed. That's all it was. You got embarrassed. Kendrick ended up coming up with a hit, like the hit of the year, pretty much calling you a pedophile. And it's like I don't think he lost any money. I don't think he lost any money or anything. So I don't think it was a thing where it just ruined his career. Like I think as long as he make good music, I think he'd be stronger than ever. I don't think anything on like this battle. If anything, it just like people just laughing at he can't go nowhere without hearing that song if he out and about. So that's the only thing he probably lost.
Yeah, he had to stay inside for a couple months, maybe. And even then, I don't think he did. I think he was still out and about. So again, other people have lost way more than Drake in battles. Biggie died over the beef with Tupac, even though he technically wasn't really even in the beef. He never released an official diss track against Tupac while he was alive, and he got killed over it still. Yeah. Then you had Ja Rule lose his career basically in the beef with 50 Cent. You had Meek Mill lose his career until he went to jail, and then there was a free Meek Mill movement that saved him a little bit. But beside that, the beef with Drake destroyed him. Mm-hmm. The beef with Kendrick did not destroy Drake. He's still making a lot of money. He's still very famous. He's still, even though people might not be outwardly fans of his in public, maybe, they still bump his music, obviously. You see, he's still number one on all the platforms. I just saw today, he's leading all the time streams on Spotify by a lot, like tens of billions of streams. So what did Drake lose here? Why is this narrative of, oh, poor Drake? Yeah. Oh, it's so sad the world turned on him. Oh, it's so sad. This is why beef is bad for the culture, because it just tears down people. Drake did not get torn down. All right. Yeah. He is fine. His next album will do huge numbers. People still love Drake. People still bump Drake. He goes on tour, sells out everywhere he goes. Nothing happened to him outside of, like you said, embarrassment for a few months or longer than that, probably. But yeah, he's fine, man. And this narrative, I can see the narrative cooking now. The poor Drake. Oh, it's unfair. Oh, they call him a pedophile. I'm not here for it. I don't want to see it.
Yeah. I'm with you too, man. And also just imagine if the song Not Like Us didn't come out. Let's say that didn't even exist. I don't think it would be that bad. I think because I still probably would have thought, honestly, it would have been more of a debate who really won or not. I think right now Kendrick won it. But let's say Meet the Grands was the last song to come out and that was it. I think it's a healthy debate if you felt like Drake won it or Kendrick won it. But I just think the simple fact, like, first of all, ain't nobody gonna be playing you ain't gonna hear Meet the Grams everywhere. That's it. That's all over. But I think the embarrassment part was the Not Like Us playing everywhere, playing in stadiums, playing on the concourse of a football game and all this other stuff. I just think that song just blew up so much. Whereas it's like, damn, this dude made the biggest hit of his career, pretty much, just off the strength of clowning me. So I think it's just the embarrassment part. But like you said, that didn't do anything. Hell, I think the Pusha T beef, I think that probably caused a little more than him because we never see him lose. Mm-hmm. That one kind of crushed him a little more to me. But he was still strong after that, man. It didn't do anything for his career. It didn't hurt his career at all, man. If anything, I just felt like he got stronger. I felt like I think his numbers was going up. I don't think the music was even better than anything. I think he did put out Scorpio, which was okay, but now I just feel like he got stronger, man. I just don't understand the whole Jay-Z point of like it just messed up his career or anything, man. I don't see it.
Yeah, this whole talk about how battles gotta go. They're going too far. If somebody was physically hurt over it, maybe I would agree. But as it stands now, as a historic, like, if you know the history of hip hop, there's been much worse. All right. And this, I think everybody's just turning soft. Everybody's turning. When do we get so soft in hip hop, man? I think battling is one of the things that makes hip hop the most unique music form out there, because there's nothing like it anywhere else. If you want to take battling out of hip hop, you might as well just listen to bluegrass, man. All right, listen to something else. Listen to something that don't hurt your feelings. Listen to something that's just positive. Listen to something that's just everybody can just get along and tap their feet to. All right, don't listen to hip hop if you don't want to hear aggressive, competitive talk, because it was born in that. So. Yeah. I don't want to hear from Jay. I don't want to hear from J. Cole. This has gone too far. There's been cases of it going too far, and it still never stopped. Yeah. So if Biggie and Pac didn't stop beef, Drake and Kendrick definitely shouldn't. All right, because this was nowhere near that bad.
Yeah, nobody, and none of these songs. Maybe Drake might have threw a couple bars in there, but nobody talked about when I see you is on type deal. Mm-hmm. It was just mudslinging, and Kendrick mentioned, "Hey, don't take it there. If you take it there, I'm gonna take it further." That's pretty much what he said, and he did, man. It was, to me, it was just, and no disrespect, this is more reality TV mudslinging, just that type of stuff. And honestly, I think as much as I enjoyed all of that at the time, it's, to me, I just felt like it was a little bit. Some of it's a little bit cringy. Where you just like you rapping about a nigga that got addicted to alcohol, or a pill popping addiction and all that stuff. Like you bringing that up, and Drake, you bring it up him cheating on his wife or beating on his wife. Like, to me, I'm like, that's the corny part to me. It's just like, nah, man, like you bringing up me cheating on my wife or beating on my wife. I'm like, what are you doing, man? To me, if Jay-Z came out and said that was a little messy, like, he thought that was a little corny, I would agree with him on that. But no, this ain't like, it ain't like this ain't the worst battle we ever seen where it just ended so bad for people, man. If anything, to me, I felt like the Meek Mill one, lyric, I mean, it wasn't bad as far as like, like what he was saying, but that low-key fucked up his career, man. That shit fucked up his career. The Ja Rule, I know that had more street shit in it, but that fucked up his career, man. Like, that dude haven't been the same since. So I felt like that's worse. I feel like Drake, once he released the music, we'll see that he still probably be on top or number 2. But it seemed like these two careers are even higher than it ever was right now. Yeah. And so I don't understand how you can say this is bad for hip hop. It might be a little drama queenish or messy, but nah, it ain't like ain't nobody get hurt over it. Everybody doing just fine in their $1 million or $1 billion mansion.
Mm-hmm. No, 100%. And also, Ja Rule is another one who came out and talked about how we need to remove battling from hip hop and all this stuff. So it's like, okay, man, is this soft talk? This reminds me of when Steve Kerr talks about we need a shorter NBA season. It's like, get that shit out of here,
like,
man.
Nigga, you played 82 games in the 90s.
Yes. I still feel the only reason he says that is because he has the regular season record for most wins, and he wants to make sure nobody can ever touch it. So he's like, shorten the game. So shorten the season. So nobody will ever get 73 plus.
Yeah.
Okay, man.
I think that, and I also think he know his players are older. And you know, Steph, he can't play no 82 games or anything like that. If they really want to win a championship, if it get to 65, then he could kind of manage that and keep Steph fresh and Draymond fresh and all that. So yeah, I agree with you on that. That's all it is. It's just funny seeing the people that was going to war with other people, how they just they totally up now. It's just like, oh no, we need to take it out. Like, come on, man. Like, dog, you grew up in this sport and you talk about this was bad, take it off. It might have got a little irritating. And like I said, a little diva-ish, just throwing out you got a pill pop in the ditch and then just all this other. It got very Twitter finger-ish.
Yeah.
But dog, you did get some good music out of it, man. These dudes is rapping. Like, I don't care what you say. Drake was rapping for his life, man. That shit he put out, the last shit he put, not the
the Hard Part 6.
Yeah, not that one.
Family Matters. Yeah.
Family Matters. That was some of the best rapping you heard from Drake in a long time, man. Kendrick Lamar, he showed his creativity throughout all of his diss songs. Like, dog, you was rapping as a point of view for like you was writing a letter to his son. I thought like Meet the Grams was so creative to me. So you got a lot of good shit out of this, man. I just don't understand how people are saying we need to take this out. I don't get that.
Yeah, and part of me, I kind of understand J. Cole's position because he's Drake's man. You know, that's his boy. They went on tour together and all this shit. They're cool, but Jay-Z, I don't understand him. I don't understand that. That's just him being old. That's just him being old and getting old. And suddenly it's too much for him now. But he can't understand how people around his age had that fire in them where they want to compete. So he's just forgotten. He's been rich for too long. You don't remember what it's like to really want to rap and battle somebody.
Yeah, I'm curious. I kind of want to get your opinion on it. How do you think Jay-Z would do in 2026? Not the old, not like old age Jay-Z, but just a Jay-Z if he was around this time in 2026 and he had to, you know, he kind of got into a battle with somebody. Like, I wonder how Jay-Z would spar in this day and age. Because right now, to me, I feel like it's even harder to go back and forth because it's so easy to make a song and put it out. It's not like you gotta, you know, jump on a freestyle on Hot 97 or some shit and diss somebody, or, you know, wait till the album come out, which album come out once a year. You got to wait till that album is actually released to either hear the response or something like that. So I wonder how Jay-Z would do in this climate when it's like, all right, I responded to you. Oh, a couple hours later, you responded back to me. I wonder if he's the go back and forth guy, or I just wonder how he would handle something like that, a battle in 2026.
I think he would be very strategic because he was very strategic in how he attacked Nas and Prodigy and all of them with the Summer Jam shit, with the picture of Prodigy as a ballerina and dance class and shit. It was very strategic. He unveiled the song on the biggest stage he could get at the time. If he was in this internet era, he would do something similar. I think he would have like a social media rollout plan. I think he would be prepared to go to war in the digital age, I think. Now, Nas could not take as long as he did to drop Ether in this. If Jay-Z and Nas happened now, Ether would have to come out a maximum 3 weeks after Takeover. He could not take 6 months to drop it.
Yeah, right? 3 weeks is pushing it, to be honest.
Yeah,
man.
that's even pushing it.
Because people was on Pusha T ass for taking that long, and I think, did he take 10 days or some shit?
Yeah, like barely over a week.
Yeah, he didn't even take that long, but it felt like forever, to be honest. Kind of waiting on his response. But yeah, Nas had to do something like max a week and a half, 2 weeks.
Yeah. So the response would have to be very quick. But Jay-Z, I think he would do well in the battle if he had to battle in this day and age, because he was ready back then. So I think he would be ready now. I mean, he lost back then, but he was still ready and he had a plan. Obviously, it just kind of backfired on him. So
Yeah.
I think he'd hold up all right.
Mm-hmm.
Other things we learned from J. Cole. He was on another podcast. He's had a few podcasts. I don't know why he waited a while after the album came out to do his media run. But he was on the Deska's podcast first, and then he was on this other podcast. I don't even know what it is. But he did mention that, and it's something nobody knew apparently, First Person Shooter, Drake's song, which was featuring J. Cole, and everybody thought that it was supposed to be 3 of them on the track. It was supposed to be Kendrick, Drake, and J. Cole, and Kendrick turned down the feature. So it was just Drake and J. Cole. Apparently that was not the case, according to J. Cole. This is what he had to say about the real origin of First Person Shooter, Drake's song.
Person Shooter.
Oh, so I'm not gonna say we were all supposed to be. How it came to me was before that beat ever made it to me, I think Kendrick wanted that. I mean, I think Drake wanted that to be a him and Dot song.
Okay.
Like I think that's what it was. And I think my interpretation is like maybe when it wasn't moving fast enough or he wasn't getting the response he wanted, maybe he was like, let me hit Cole. Cause I think Boy Wonder was pushing like, bro, you need to hit Cole. Boom, boom. Mind you. So I never looked at that song like it was gonna be all of us. I thought it was me and Drake, and I just had the beat.
Okay.
There was nothing on it. I just had, and I felt mad pressure because I wanted to come through for him. You know what I mean? I felt like he showed up at Dreamville Fest the year before that. You know what I mean? I wanted to come through for him. I had to write that verse several times. You know what I mean? So that's a half truth kind of.
Okay.
But there's no part of us making that song where it's like, yo, Kendrick was supposed to be on here. Nah, I just got a beat for Drake. I want to come through for him on his album. The clock was running, you know what I mean? And winding down, boom, and I came through. But you said something in the beginning. Damn, I want to remember.
There was somebody, I think
you
it was
said something about me
Schoolboy
saying,
So this is very interesting, and it raises a few more questions now, I feel. Because number one, if Drake and Kendrick really weren't cool after all this time, why would Drake even ask Kendrick for a feature? Maybe that's what Kendrick was confused by, because he mentioned that in the first song he put out. Or that, what was this? Not the Future song, the other one he put out. I forget what it was called now. But he mentioned he was confused by the feature requests when they got some shit to address. So that's one question. Why would Drake reach that hand out to Kendrick in the first place if they weren't cool? Second off, if it wasn't supposed to have Kendrick on it, why would J. Cole even do the big 3 shit?
Yeah.
Like that really made it seem like Kendrick was supposed to be on it and they took him out, but J. Cole made his verse like it was going to have Kendrick on it. Because he's the one who mentioned Kendrick, not Drake.
Yeah.
So that's what's really confusing to me. What do you think about this?
Yeah, when I heard that, to me, I feel like J. Cole was capping a little bit, man. I don't think it was to me, it seemed like he's trying to squash it a little bit. And look, these dudes been shooting at each other for a minute. I just don't see Drake, and we know the type of person Drake is. I don't see Drake, all the shooting he been doing to Kendrick and vice versa. Drake saying, man, you know what? I want to do this song with Kendrick. Let me send this to Kendrick. Now, if it was early on, like right after Good Kid, Mad City type deal, then I could possibly see that. But nah, man, I just don't think Drake was sitting there after all the shooting and going back and forth, the low-key shots that he was saying, you know what? I think me and Kendrick be good on this song. Let's send it over to him. I just don't see that. I feel like J. Cole, he's trying to make it seem like everybody was cool and all this stuff. It seemed like he's trying to be the peacemaker. And that's why I can't be too mad at how he feel about the beef, because he seemed like just a nigga that don't want no problems and just want to make good music. And I'm a fan of every single body and all that type of stuff, which I can respect it at some point if you ain't trying to jump in that. But to me, it just don't really make sense. It don't really add up, especially if you look at the timeline of and hell, Jay-Z just said that, you know, this been brewing over for a minute. So why would you send a nigga a song that you've been waiting to get it on with for a long time? I don't know. I just don't see it unless he was trying to do a fucking what's that Young Buck song, that Stomp? Like you trying to get two people on the same song dissing each other or some, unless he trying to do some shit like that. And Drake, I don't think Drake ain't that type of person. So I'm not really buying Kendrick Lamar. I'm not buying J. Cole with that story at all, man.
I mean, to be fair, it might be true. He said he doesn't know. That's just his thought. That's his, you know. But I wonder how he even know that, or why he would think that. What is he basing this off of? Maybe he don't want to reveal that. But
what I think is, I feel like he probably heard from somebody, maybe saying, "Hey, this would have been a good song with Drake and Kendrick Lamar or something like that." And maybe it's probably one of those what ifs type of deals. I don't think that was the song that was sent over to Kendrick first, that he was supposed to get on it first, and then didn't happen. And then J. Cole was the backup guy. I don't know if that was the deal.
Yeah, that's confusing, because if that was the case, he would know that, right? He's saying he doesn't know, but he thinks that it was supposed to be Drake and Kendrick first. Why would you think that?
Yeah.
What is that based off of? That's my biggest question. Why would you think that it was sent to Kendrick first? Where did Kendrick's name even come up in this whole debate or anything? Because Drake did not mention Kendrick at all in his verse.
Yeah.
J. Cole did. And why did J. Cole mention Kendrick? That's what I want to know now. I wish I was doing this interview, because I want to ask these follow-up questions, man, because it doesn't make sense to me. The timeline of events, I'm just confused by them.
See, that's why he got to go to places where he's more comfortable.
Yeah.
You don't can't come here. We got to grill him. Like, wait a minute, man. So this timeline ain't adding up, J. Cole.
Yeah. I wrote a notepad of a chain of events, and I want you to explain this.
Yeah, J. Cole, Jermaine, this ain't adding up.
The math ain't mathing, man. Explain this shit. So yeah, I'm confused by his answer. I hope he maybe clarifies it at some point, but I doubt he will. But it's just I'm just confused by why would he think that Kendrick was supposed to be on it and not him?
It's so crazy, because I think in real time we thought that was supposed to be the big three type of song. And I think we knew about the shots between Kendrick and Drake and all that shit, but that wasn't far-fetched to feel like, oh shit, when if Kendrick was on there, that would have been dope. And so to me, I felt like if it was that type of deal, then yeah, I think, I could kind of roll with him on that. But I'm not buying the whole Kendrick Lamar's was supposed to be on this song before me. It's supposed to be Drake and Kendrick. I'm not buying that at all. Now,
the only way I can kind of buy it is if maybe J. Cole heard an earlier version where the lyrics were different. Because you notice in Drake's verse, he shouted out J. Cole in his verse. So if he was sent a song that was recorded earlier by Drake, maybe it mentioned Kendrick instead. It had a Kendrick bar that he took out. That's the only way I can explain why he would think Kendrick was supposed to be on it first. But outside of that, I'm not sure, man.
But if that was the case, and I'm just kind of speculating at this point, do you feel like that probably would have got out at some point? Like some type of leak or something where it's just like where it would have added up, or maybe Drake would have mentioned something like damn, bitch ass nigga, I was trying to get you on this song so we can all eat or something like that. It would have been something like that. It just, unless this song was 10 years old or some shit, that to me it just don't make sense with the shooting they've been doing over the past 10 years, and how it's like, all right, let me shoot him this song, no pun intended. Let me shoot him this song and shout him out and all that stuff. That's the part that don't make sense to me. Like because look, Drake and J. Cole was already running around together at some point, going to shows and popping up in shows and all that stuff. So I wasn't surprised at them two getting on the song together. But it would have been a bigger surprise if it was Drake and Kendrick. So I just don't understand how that was supposed to be the first choice. Now it could have been a conversation once, maybe J. Cole sent the song back, and it's like, or not sent. It wouldn't have made sense if he sent the song back and then they brought up Kendrick, because he did kind of bring it up a little bit in the verse. But if it was a thing where it's just like, hey, we trying to get Kendrick on this too, then I would have been like, okay, that kind of make more sense.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know. I'm just not buying that Drake wanted Kendrick as the first option. I'm just not buying that part for that song right there.
Yeah, it would be very strange. And I think you'd think if that was the case, that Drake would just hit up Kendrick and say, hey, let's talk, man. Let's I want to do some music together. So let's just talk about whatever's going on and let's squash it. But if that did happen, all this could be avoided. And that's the funny part about it. Because the fact that nothing was said to Kendrick, I think Kendrick took that whole song as shade to him, because he was just confused. Like, why are they mentioning me in this song? Why was I sent? Like, whatever happened, whatever the chain of events, apparently he was supposed to be on the song no matter what. And why are they talking about big threes and shit and leaving and mentioning my name and not even giving me a call or courtesy to explain anything about this song? So maybe that's why he took it as a diss, and he went on to make the song with Future that, it sparked the whole beef and turned into what it is. So if Jake just gave him a call, that would probably done away with all this, and we never would have had the beef. But since he didn't, it is what it is now.
And not to my knowledge, I don't think Drake threw a shot at Kendrick in that song, in that first person shooter song, unless it's something I missed. It was kind of a generic Drake verse, wasn't it?
I mean, he talked about who's the GOAT, but something like a bad kid for Christmas is just you and Cole or some shit like that. I don't know. But basically it seemed like Drake framed the GOAT debate in that song as if it was between Drake and Cole and J. Cole. When we know the real GOAT debate, even before the battle, had been Drake and Kendrick.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Kobe fans trying to insert themselves into Michael Jordan versus LeBron James.
Yeah.
All respect to Kobe, he's not in that conversation, man. Let's be real. It's LeBron and Michael Jordan, and it was Kendrick and Drake. So Drake trying to make it sound like it was between Drake and J. Cole was disingenuous, because we know it wasn't that.
Yeah, but let me ask you this then. If let's say all we heard was that Drake verse, and Kendrick didn't, not Kendrick, but J. Cole didn't say what he said, and brought up the big three type deal. Do you think Kendrick Lamar would have went on not like us and gave us that? Because like I said, it was, it was kind of a shot, but it was such a generic shot where he mentioned the GOAT thing, but he didn't say the boogeyman's name.
Yeah.
Like, it was so generic. He could have been talking about fucking Jay-Z. I know he wasn't talking about Jay-Z, but it could have been about anybody. It wasn't a K dot on the bullet. It was just, who the GOAT, me and Cole, or it was so generic. And I think with that plus the J. Cole verse, it was kind of like, oh, these two niggas teaming up. Oh, y'all niggas teaming up, trying to, and not putting my name in it. And so it seemed like that was probably it. That was probably what made K Dot go out there on that like that verse.
Yeah. But then again, you have to remember, this gets lost in discussion as well. This came about on a Future album that was dissing Drake. So if Kendrick was on this, you have to, like, are we gonna act like if J. Cole didn't say that Kendrick would not have jumped on like that? Yeah, and I think he would have shot at Drake no matter what.
Really?
On that album. I do think so, because they had already been going back and forth. I think when he heard Drake and Future got problems and Future wants you to be on this album that's going to be dissing Drake, Kendrick was already in battle mode at that point. He was like, all right, let's go.
But what do you think Kendrick would have shot another generic shot? Because they've been kind of doing the generic shots a little bit.
Yeah.
But do you think Kendrick would have put a name on the bullet? Because he put a name on there at that point. He put a name on there. And that's where it was just like, oh shit, okay. So I'm wondering if it just would have been back and forth how it was for years. Where it's just like, is he talking about Drake? It was like that.
Yeah.
That verse was like, okay. He mentioned first person shooter, or he mentioned for all my dogs are gonna be pets. He made enough noise where Drake had to say something.
Yeah.
Like go out and address this dude. So I wonder if it would have been that, or if it just would have been a generic, just I'm the GOAT, and I'm Prince, you Mike Jack, or some type of shit. I wonder if it just would have been so fucking generic like that. So
that's a fair point. That's a fair point. We'll never know. It was a perfect storm of events that led to that beef, man. Really, and also years of underlying disses that also led to it. So I don't know. Maybe Kendrick just wanted to get it out the way. He knew they were eventually going to have this battle, and he would have said "fuck it" no matter what. Or maybe it was that J. Cole line in particular that sent him over the edge. I don't know. We'll never know.
We'll never know it. Yeah.
That's interesting to speculate about it.
Yeah, that's a good conversation. And it's crazy too, because like I didn't even realize that Black Panther song was SZA. I didn't realize he was throwing the shot at Drake on that one.
Yeah.
Like the fuck your congratulations. And they dug back when he told Kendrick congratulations. I think he tweeted him or something like that.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, damn, I ain't even, all that shit you don't even realize. And they showed you I ain't even fucking paid attention to that song, the lyrics of that song.
Yeah, me neither.
Yes, I was just like, oh damn, he actually is kind of shooting a little bit. But just off of this conversation alone and what it did for I guess YouTube and media during that time of their back and forth, I just don't understand how Jay-Z can go out and say we don't need this in the culture, man. Shit, that changed some streamers' lives, man. That helped them out a lot. I just don't understand how that, like, I can't say we don't need this in hip hop anymore, man. I don't understand that.
Yeah, he's just old. He's lost his taste for battle. He doesn't want to see, and again, all these rich people get to a point where they're all friends and shit. So you don't want to see your friends. And even though Jay-Z is not cool with Drake right now, I mean, that's still probably somebody he doesn't want to see torn down like that. So I get it. Personally, I mean, you got these relationships and you don't want to see anybody get brought down and whatever. But the thing that really killed me was Jay talking about the stan culture like it was something new. That's what really killed me. Like, y'all remember the word stan came about from the Jay-Z and Nas beef, because Nas called Jay-Z a stan. And that was the first time anybody called anybody a stan. And that's because of the Eminem song, obviously. But that was the first time anybody called anybody else a stan. I was on the hip-hop message boards when that shit dropped, and everybody started calling crazy fans stans. All right? That the hip-hop message boards and Nas started that from the Jay-Z and Nas battle. So him acting like the stan shit is something new for the internet that just happened with this Kendrick and Drake shit. Nah, that's been around since you guys, since really before that even. So
yeah, and honestly, like, you can stay away from that shit if you're not on social media. Now, it might be irritating if we constantly on there. Maybe he's constantly on there where, we kind of had that talk where you just like, man, these stands are irritating. Kendrick Lamar stands and bots are irritating. But if you weave all of that shit out, man, like, no, it was good. You got some good music out of it, man. You got some of the best rapping of their careers out of that. So I just, like I said, like, the stand stuff don't really bother me. It is a little irritating how people, especially if you on social media and you looking up people, what they got to say, their opinion, and you be like, wait a minute, oh, they think Drake won, and you go to their profile picture, it's an OVO owl.
Yeah.
and it's just like, okay, obviously you're biased. So that's the part that's just a little bit irritating. But
Yeah, you got a name like OVO Brandon or some shit like that.
yeah,
I'm like, all right.
Toronto's finest and all that shit. Just like, man, like, okay, that part is a little irritating. But yeah, I just like, no, you could weave that shit out, man. Like, if anything, stand culture, if you want to be honest, if you want to talk about stand culture, that shit kind of fucking up the music for real, man. Like you don't know what's good, what's not. And you know, you got all these stand culture just in general, man. It wasn't just because of the battle or anything. It's just, you know, Taylor Swift stands and all that stuff. Like this girl doing all these record breaking numbers, and it's just like, damn, I never even heard the song. Like that shit kind of, you know, you could make a case saying that shit fucking everything up. But no, I'm not looking at stand culture because of this battle. Like that wasn't the final straw. That's crazy.
Yeah, no, 100%. So, yeah, I think Jay-Z and J. Cole out of touch on this one, and personally. Also, some more controversial things that J. Cole said. He said he doesn't want to kick. This is what people got upset about. Basically, he confirmed that the Diddy fight that he had, I forget the context of it, but apparently him and Diddy had a fight years and years ago, and he was going to talk about it, but then the Diddy shit happened, like the case and the allegations, and he said he didn't want to release it for this reason, and it got some people upset with him. This is on Cameron's podcast, Talk with Flea, so we'll hear his explanation.
So, yeah, explain that.
Nah, you know what? I damn near wish I could because it's such an ill story.
Right.
You know what I mean? But
Right.
but matter of fact, we did a podcast, me and Eve,
Okay.
like a year and a half ago, where we kind of ran through like the first part of my career up until Forest Hills Drive.
Right.
And we had a bonus episode that was the whole episode was just about that night.
Okay.
And that altercation, right?
Right.
And we was gonna put it out because at that time, you know what I mean? Like me and Puff, like we hadn't had no problem for years. Even after that, like it was cleaned up quick and we was in a good spot.
Right.
But you know, Puff was on the song that I had on off season, and like, so we was gonna put it out thinking like, yo, it's cool. Like enough time has passed, he ain't gonna feel no way, boom, boom, boom.
Right.
And then all the shit happened with him.
Right.
And I was just like, nah, it felt like damn near like kicking a man when he's down. Like, you know what I mean? It was like it would have gave the news in the world more ammo.
I got what you're saying.
Just destroy this dude.
Yeah,
and
it wasn't
like,
a good time to put it out.
Wasn't a good time. So similarly, right now, it's like I want to tell it because it's ill, but I'm like, nah.
But it did happen.
Oh, no, it happened.
Now, first off, I got to say, if you've seen this clip, that Diplomat's hoodie that Cam has on is hard. I want that, man.
is.
I wonder if he sells it on the store or something, but I want that hoodie. That shit hard as hell.
Man, yeah. I want some Diplomats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That logo is just hard as fuck, man. I had a shirt with just the logo on it. I think it was some cheap. I bought it at some fucking at the mall from somebody's cart. And it was like a black shirt with the gold Diplomats logo with a big ass bird. And the shit faded after one wash. So I think it was like some cheap material. But that was the cleanest shirt, man. I got so many compliments off that shit. Like, hell yeah, Diplomats. So Dipset. So that aside, though, what are your thoughts about this? Because people are upset. People are saying, oh, here comes the Diddy apology tour. Here comes everybody, you know, gonna fuck with Diddy again. People are very let down by this because they didn't want to see J. Cole, I guess, defending or trying to protect Diddy. So what are your thoughts about this, man? Do you think he was out of line?
Honestly, I didn't even take it that way, man. How I kind of took it was him, I don't want to say moving smart, but he kind of, to me, if he would have released it during that time when all this shit was coming out with Diddy, I felt like that probably wouldn't have hit as well as he thought it would have hit. It probably would have got swept under the rug a little bit. And honestly, even if it's not swept under the rug, it probably could have been added to, you know, the slander of Diddy. Like, oh yeah, he was doing this with Cassie. He was doing that. He tried to blow a Kid Cudi car. Oh, and he got in a fight with J. Cole. I think that probably would have added to all the shit people accusing Diddy of. And I think we probably would have just missed the good story of it. It probably would have just been, oh, look how bad of a guy Diddy is. And let's say the Diddy stuff didn't happen at all and everything's still, the same. If he would have released that, that probably would have been a funny story. It probably would have been a funny ass story. So to me, what kind of threw me off a little bit was the kick a man when he down. I'm just like, man, come on. Like, I don't know. I think that's what kind of rubbed people the wrong way. To me, when you say I want to kick a man while he down, it seemed like that you waiting to support him. Like once he get back up. That's what it kind of came across. So I can understand why people was upset about that, but I kind of took it in a way where they probably thought it was a really good episode, some good content. And it's like, damn, like this is the wrong time to put it out. I'm trying to think if we ever had that moment where we had something super dope we was about to do, and then something bad happened where you just like, damn, we can't even talk about it now because this situation happened. So we gotta hold on to it now. I kind of took it as that, but maybe he do feel like he got a cool relationship with Diddy, and maybe he didn't want to kick him while he was down because once he get about the situation, he probably gonna be running around with him or something. I don't know, but I do feel like they probably would have used that shit in the Diddy slander tour, where they just would have added it to the list of other things Diddy did. But I do kind of hate that we can't hear that story. I want to hear that story. Like he made it seem like it was a really dope episode, only talking about that. I want to know about it. So I hate that part. That's kind of like teasing. Oh, I got this amazing song with Jay-Z, but I ain't gonna put it out like that. I ain't gonna put it out. I'll probably never really. It's just like, come on, why would you tell people that? So that's the part I do hate about it. But yeah, I took it a totally different way. I ain't think about it from the point that he may be trying to cape for Diddy.
Yeah, here's the thing: people just gotta understand, because it's gonna come pretty soon. The hip hop industry is still gonna fuck with Diddy when he gets out of prison. They're not going to cancel him. His friends before he was in prison and before the allegations are still going to be his friends after he gets out of prison, after the allegations. You have to notice the people who really took shots at him were people who already hated him. All right. 50 Cent hates Diddy. Cameron and Mace hate Diddy. Mace hates Diddy. I don't know how Cameron feels. I know he didn't really say much in that interview he had about him.
Cameron, he kind of took the route Jay-Z kind of did a little bit. Like I wasn't really cool with him like that. I hung around a couple times, and like we from the same place, but I ain't really kicking with him like that. And then remember that report Jay-Z come out talk about Jay-Z haven't talked they haven't talked to Diddy in a long time or some shit, or they wasn't seeing eye to eye. It's just like, come on, man, like. So now that's coming out when all of this bullshit is happening, hitting the fan.
Exactly. No, Jay-Z will distance himself just because that's who he is and how he is. And he's involved in too many big things to, have his perception be brought down even more with the relationship to Diddy. So he will not be close to Diddy at all anymore. But everybody else will be cool with him. People just got to accept this and understand it. And if you want to cancel somebody for being friends with Diddy still and going to his parties after the fact, that's on you. But they're going to welcome Diddy back. All right. Will he be the media presence he was before? No, I don't think. There are certain doors that are just going to be closed to him, I think. But hip hop will welcome him back. You'll hear him talking shit on albums again. He will be Diddy, and he will be popular in hip hop with the rappers and artists themselves. So yeah, get ready for it. If you're gonna get upset about it, start getting upset now because it's gonna go down. Diddy might have the biggest first day out party ever held in all time. All right.
Yeah.
Just because there ain't no freaky shit going on, it's still gonna be a big ass party with a lot of people there. So Get ready for it. Your favorite rappers and artists and singers will be there. Usher also said some shit that got people pissed off about Diddy. He came to Diddy's defense, basically. And I forget exactly what he said. Let me look it up. What did he say? Usher and Diddy. Usher says he will never speak negatively about Diddy and still views him as legacy figure. Let's actually go ahead and, since we're already playing a bunch of clips, I'll put this in a rundown, man. I found it. So I'll put this below the Druski white women clip. So go ahead. We'll hear what Usher got to say in defense of Diddy. Another guy who's got to be canceled now, I guess, for controversial opinions on people.
Yeah, it's crazy how many people we gotta freaking cancel over this. All right, there we go.
I mean, this might be a bit controversial, but in the same way, many people choose to look past the reality of what our country is, the standards that we now stand on.
Oh God,
the reality of the history. But in many ways, I think certain people are prosecuted and maybe not recognized for the greatness, that they offer. I don't have anything negative to say about Sean Combs because my experience was not what the world has seen and how he's been, misrepresented. I'm not saying that every man is perfect. I'm not saying that all of us don't have flaws, but I can't, with any sense of humanity, not recognize the valuable contributions that this man made for us as Black entrepreneurs, for us as businessmen, for us as people who transition, culture and ideas into something that's tangible and becomes business. So many people benefited from what he created. And I acknowledge that. And that's why I see him as legacy.
So yeah, this is how a lot of people feel about Diddy.
Yeah.
All right. People got to understand this. They're going to be shocked. They're going to act shocked. This is how a lot of people feel about Diddy, and they're not going to change their mind just because there was a documentary on Netflix. All right. Yeah. They don't care about that shit. All they think about was, hey, he was cool to me. He let me go to these crazy parties. I wasn't doing no freaky shit, maybe, but he invited me in his home. He put money in my pocket. He told me about this business. He involved me in this. He helped with my album. He got this person on my album. He did this and that. They're going to think about the good things he did, not about the allegations, which they weren't even there for probably. So this is just how it's going to go with Diddy. So if y'all going to cancel everybody, you got to get ready now, man. Start clearing out your Spotify playlist. Start clearing out your Apple Music shit. Start deleting your favorite artists because this is going to be the reaction for a lot of people. They might not say it publicly, but this is how a lot of people feel about Diddy in the industry. So get ready for it.
You know what this remind me of? This kind of remind me of the whole R. Kelly thing, to be honest. Because right now, say what you want, Diddy still got, it's still some use for Diddy out here. He still got the connections. I don't think he's gonna be down bad whenever he come home. I don't think it's gonna be a thing where then we got no use for him. So why? Now, whenever it get to a point, I don't know if it'll ever be that point, but if it ever get to a point where Diddy is down bad, don't nobody want to work with Diddy, he has no use for the industry, then I think you'll see. I don't think you'll have Usher sitting there saying, "Well, he's a legacy act. He did this, he did that." Like he still clearly got a relationship with P. Diddy, and if he ever need a favor or something like that, I'm sure P. Diddy can help him out. So I think that's kind of the case there too, man. I think it got a real R. Kelly feel to it, where even during his whole trial thing early on, the first set of trials, where he was still one of the hottest R&B artists around. So why would they turn their back? Why would we turn our back on him? Like he still got use for him. I still want to hook. I still want him to write for me. You still got all the shit that he can do. And I think right now Diddy is not down bad where don't nobody want to work with him. So I think people just, to kind of put it bluntly, I think people just being users. That's what users do, man. When You still got use for me. I'm not gonna kick you while you down and all that stuff. But now when you ain't got no use for me, I ain't gonna say nothing good about you. I think that's one of them cases right here.
Yeah, and it was very interesting how Usher called him by his full government name. He said Sean Combs, not Diddy or Puffy or Puff. So that goes back to our talk months ago about whether Diddy will change his name. I think he absolutely has to now. He has to go by, and I think the best choice would probably be for him to go by Sean Combs from now on. He can't do Diddy. He can't do Puffy. He can't do Puff Daddy. Too much negativity involved in that. So I think he'll go with some kind of brand change or some shit. But just don't call yourself Brother Love or anything like that. That's not going to work.
That's
either.
that's out
dead
the
that shit.
Man.
You're Sean Combs now, man. So
yeah, most of the docs and all that stuff that came out about him was Diddy. Like if you search Diddy, all that stuff come up. You probably have to just go with the government, to be honest. Sean Combs.
Yeah, I'll bet a lot of people who make Diddy jokes don't even know his name is Sean Combs. So I think to an extent it will actually work because because people will say, I don't know who Sean Combs is. Is that Diddy? Oh, what? So I think it might actually work for him for a little bit, but I don't know. But yeah, my point is I'm not defending Diddy and not saying that he should be welcomed back with open arms. I'm just telling people it's going to happen because I know it's going to happen. We've seen it happen before. So same shit with Tory Lanez. Tory Lanez did some scumbag shit, but he's going to be welcomed back with open arms because he was cool with people. So you already see people caping for him already.
He still got use, man. People still like his music. He could probably still make music. I'm sure he ain't lose that. So he still got some use. Same thing. And I've been kind of not being a hater, but waiting on that day on Chris Brown. Like Chris Brown still got use. And when you think about it, it's wild how he still has somewhat of a career, man. After all the shit he's doing, like it's pictures. It's a picture out there of Rihanna beat up, man. One of the biggest billionaires, pretty much a billionaire. It's a picture out there with her face beat in, man. And he still got a career because he can sing and dance and make
mostly women who love him too, which is the craziest part.
Yeah. Yes. And like I don't know anybody out there that's like nah, or any celebrity that's like nah, I would never work with Chris Brown because of what he. Nah, man, it's what you can do for me now. It's what you can do for me now type of world. So it's wild, man. It's wild. He still got a career, man. It's not the biggest career that it should have been, but he still got a career, man. And you got motherfuckers that, especially back in the day, that got a gay allegation on them and their career was over. You got somebody like Chingy who got lied on pretty much. His career was done. So it's crazy, man.
No, it is, man. But that's how it is when people like you. When it's your favorite, you can always make up some kind of excuse as to, well, I didn't see that, or it wasn't like that for me, or whatever. It's all for what's good for you. Like you said, it's all what's good for you and whatever can help you. So yeah, Diddy will be welcome back and people just got to get ready for that. So there'll be a lot of canceling going on if that's your breaking point. So get ready now. And the last thing about J. Cole, I want to kind of chime in here because people are getting upset about this as well. So last point about J. Cole from his interview. He talks about how him claiming how he's the best rapper is kind of part of his rap persona. He doesn't actually believe it. People got really upset with this, I saw online. So let's play it and hear the full context of his quote, what he's talking about when he says he doesn't mean he's the best rapper of all time.
But you said something in the beginning, how like on songs, like how I say I'm the best on songs. It's like, ask me in real life, do I think I'm the best rapper alive?
Do you think you're the best rapper alive?
Bro, it's a nigga named Black Thought that exists. It's a nigga named Lupe Fiasco that exists. It's niggas that on any given day, even my peers, a Drake or a Kendrick, where it's like, yo, I know on any given day I can show up to the studio and give these niggas 80. But I know they can show up on any day in the studio and give me 80. And I might only have 30. Like, so if I'm taking on a rap persona, like when I'm rapping, of course that's what I like to. That's how I like to rap. And guess what? Sometimes I hit the mark and I say shit, and I spit a verse that really might have you believe in that shit. But if you ask me in real life, do I walk around like I'm the best rapper alive? No, nigga. Like I'm the best ever. No. But when I put on that motherfucking cape, like that's how I try to attack shit. And have there been things and moments and verses where I'm writing this shit and I'm like, I know niggas not fucking with this. Absolutely. But in reality, do I walk around this earth like there's no nigga better than me in real life? Like I can't get in the studio with Black Thought and he just give me 90. You know what I mean?
Oh, it's Carmelo's podcast. That's right.
25 for you. You know what I mean? Or any one of these amazing rappers. But I think people hear me say it because they don't know me for real.
Right.
They hear me say it in a verse so much when I have on the cape.
It sounds convincing like a motherfucker.
It sounds convincing. It sounds convincing because I'm really doing that shit that's going to have a nigga like, man, yeah, nigga. No, you think when you hear.
So I've already made it known that I'm not the biggest J. Cole fan. And I didn't want to hear him talk about how he's the best out of these rap niggas after he backed out the beef. But honestly, I have no problem with him with this comment at all. I don't know why people are so upset about it. I'm kind of confused about. I thought we agreed when the whole debate came up about how rap lyrics shouldn't be used as admission in court or as evidence in court. I thought we all agreed that this shit was just some kind of theater act at that point. All right. I thought we agreed rap was fake. So what is it now? Is it real or fake? Because I'm getting confused here. I don't mind him admitting this and actually admitting that he's humble in real life and he doesn't actually think he's better than like a Black Thought, like he said. You could tell nobody in that room knew who Black Thought was, although, by the way, because nobody reacted. Yeah. I know Carmelo Anthony ain't never heard one Roots or Black Thought song in his whole life, so I already know. He's like, who the fuck is that? But yeah, I wasn't bothered by this. You know, personally, like I said, I don't want to hear it anymore after he backed out the battle because he actually had a chance to prove that he was, and he backed it out. But I had no issue with this. I don't know why people are upset about it. People are saying he's admitting he's a fraud or some shit. I thought we agreed this was what it was. So I'm just confused. Figgy, what's your thought about this? Are you offended?
I'm not offended, but to me, it was kind of cringy because you don't really hear rappers talk like this, man. Like just in the sport. Hey, if you go back in time, it's hard to hear rappers giving other rappers props.
True.
It's just, to me, it just sound kind of weird with, him saying I'm the best at it. Can't no nigga see me that type. When you talking like that, and then you get on the microphone like, man, do you think I believe I'm the best rapper alive? No, you got to, like, it's a way you can give props to Black Thought without tucking your tail and saying, I ain't better than Black Thought. Hell no. I think it's just coming from a rapper. Now, if this was an R&B, let's say this was an R&B guy and he's talking about other R&B artists, it's a little easier to say, hey, I think I'm the best R&B artist out there. But man, you got Smokey Robinson, you got Stevie Wonder, you got those legacy acts. You could be like, man, I could never be that. That's kind of like showing respect a little bit. But I don't know. It's just with hip hop being such a competitive sport, man. It's just kind of funny seeing a rapper that, let's be honest, he's kind of up there as a top tier rapper, like in some way, even though you might not care for him. He's kind of one of those rappers where you be like, oh, he got something. To hear that saying like, oh, like just imagine. And Jay-Z would never say this. A little funny clip from Jay-Z where he was saying, I'm Hove. Why would I do it? I'm Hove. I'm God. Whatever that clip was. Just imagine Jay-Z was like, he came on an interview. Man, like, I know I say it in the song, but you think I'm better than Big Daddy Kane? You think I'm better than, it's just kind of weird to hear a rapper say that. And I'm not mad. I'm not outraged over this, by the way, But it was just funny. I never heard a rapper say that, man. Usually rappers, whenever they get in front of a mic, and maybe they say it off the mic or something like that, but whenever you hear a rapper on the mic, man, they usually be like, man, I'm the coldest. Like, and salute to everybody else, but man, I don't think everybody can stand with me. It's just so it's like a warrior sport, man. And this, what he was saying in this clip was the total opposite. We're just like, damn, you saying you're the best, but you naming like 5 or 6 people that you feel like you're not better than. And it's just like, damn, that's kind of, I appreciate the honesty, but you usually don't really hear that type of talk from a rapper, man.
Yeah, but I mean, J. Cole, I guess, is more open about his honest thoughts. And that's also what I think that's the issue with rappers and their rap persona and how they carry themselves in real life. They don't try to separate it. They try to act like their rap persona is their real persona. And that's what the confusion comes from when people are like, okay, well, your rap lyrics should be used in court if that's you rapping about how you really are and how you really live. And now you want to act like that's not you. Well, I mean, well, wait a minute. When you see an actor do a press run, they're not still in character for their fucking movie. You don't see Christian Bale walking around acting like he's Batman. All right. He's Christian Bale, an actor playing a role. We understand that. So to me, this is J. Cole, the real Jermaine, admitting that the J. Cole in the songs is a different character that he portrays. It is based off of him. It might be an exaggerated version of him, but it's kind of like Stone Cold Steve Austin. Stone Cold Steve Austin talks like Stone Cold Steve Austin. His name is actually not Steve Austin, by the way. It's something else. But he talks like him. He sounds like him, but you don't act like he acted on fucking Monday Night Raw every night beating people's ass for no reason. That's not actually him. Yeah. So it's the same thing with rappers, but rappers don't want to admit that. They don't want to come out and say that because it makes them look soft to the crowd. Yeah. So they got to act like their rap persona is actually how they are in real life until legal troubles come. Then you want to push yourself away from it and say, nah, that shit's fake. Yeah. So personally, I get what you're saying, but I have no problem with it. And I wish more rappers would do this. I wish they would just admit, okay, the shit on the record is not actually how I am all the time. It's a tuned up version of myself, but it's not actually how I am.
But see, the thing is, this is the double-edged sword. I think we kind of talked about this too a little bit. It seemed like us as fans, we treat rappers so different, man. And it's like, let's say, for instance, Rick Ross. We all know the story with Rick Ross, man. Yeah. Like just this drug rapper type deal. And I just think, I think he feel like he got to put on his persona 24/7. He got to live up to the raps. And honestly, to me, music is music. I like good music. But sometimes we got to be honest. Sometimes if we find out something about a rapper, where all the shit he talking about, and kind of find out this motherfucker got a doctrines or he went to a private school or something like that, our brain, we naturally kind of get turned off about it. We like, man, you over here rapping about the struggle and you grew up fucking rich and you out here, faking the fun. I feel like, that have a effect on a lot of fans where they feel like, man, this guy ain't real. And to a point, it's kind of fucked up that we hold these rappers to that type of standard where, hey, if you rapping about killing niggas, you got to be out here killing niggas. This can't be just art. This can't just be some type of art you put on pen and pad and on wax. You really got to be out here doing it. You can't get on the microphone and say, hey, that's just what I was thinking in my brain. I just wanted to rap about that. People, for some reason, get turned off by that. So I think that's exactly what happened with this one. People don't want to hear a honest J. Cole saying, hey, I'm a fan of all of these rappers. And, I'm giving my flowers to Black Thought, who I feel like is better than me. They don't want to hear that. They want to hear that whole competitive, oh, I'm the best, that type of deal. And it's just like, man, he probably not even like that. To me, I feel like J. Cole, since he been doing this whole media run, he kind of come across as like a hip hop nerd, like a guy that probably wasn't in a lot of trouble growing up. Maybe, raised the good way, wasn't really a street dude. And you could kind of tell by the, how he bowed out in the beef. And you see how he was just like, man, I love everybody. I love Drake and Kendrick. He just very, very much in the middle. And people unfortunately don't want to hear that. They don't want J. Cole coming out pretty much talking like that. They want him to talk greasy, or they want him to talk like he the best, in real life. And I'm just like, damn, it's kind of fucked up. Like you said earlier, you got the actors who, somebody that's playing Batman. Once they do an interview, they ain't got to do Batman. They could just be themselves and talk about the movie. But rappers, they gotta stay in character 24/7, even on Instagram. So it's just, I don't know, it's kind of fucked up, man. And that's one of the reasons why I kind of didn't want to rap anymore like that, because you always got to be in rapper mode. You can't be talking about what you talk about and then be like, man, let me go to a coffee shop and just read a book. And people gonna look at you like, what the fuck you in the coffee shop? You should be on the block somewhere. And it's just like, man, like I'm making art. I'm painting the picture. And I can't fucking, watch Law and Order at night, or I can't just, do something else. I gotta just be this street dude for the rest of my life because I said it on wax. So I think that's the poor thing about being a rapper, man. You just got to be in character the whole time. Not to mention, you have real street dudes that's trying to test your streetness. Mm-hmm. So now, if you're talking about it, gonna get some real street niggas that's trying to, pull your card because you talk about it in your art. So I don't know. That's the fucked up part about it. But yeah, no, I kind of like this honesty from J. Cole. But like I said earlier, I just think I think people not used to seeing a rapper kind of go out like this. Remember, it was a bunch of rappers that was kind of going in on not Kendrick, but J. Cole, because he apologized on stage. Mm-hmm. And it's just some stuff you don't really see from a rapper like that, especially a rapper of his magnitude. Like if it was somebody else, if it was like a rapper if it was I'm trying to think of a Kid Cudi. Let's say it was somebody like Kid Cudi. Kid Cudi ain't out here rapping about shooting niggas up and shit like that, or saying he the best, just kind of talking greasy a little bit. So I don't think people would have cared if that came from somebody like Kid Cudi. But with J. Cole, I think that it was kind of like, huh? Like, why is you talking like that? But I think he should get a pass for it, man. He kind of showed what type of rapper he want to be. That shouldn't bother nobody.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I think it was the rappers that built up this expectation that I don't think it was the fans first. I think it was the rappers who came out, and especially when gangster rap started popping up hard, they were the ones who said, "Nah, y'all fake. Y'all ain't in the streets like we are." Then
what I rap about is real.
Exactly. Jeezy, niggas like Jeezy talk about, I'm not a rapper.
Motivational speaker or whatever.
Yeah, I ain't do this. I ain't no hip hop nigga. All right. Yeah. I really do this in the streets. And the funny thing is, because back in the day before that shit popped off, you had hood dudes doing like the positive shit. Like, for example, MC Hammer was from the streets, but he was making corny mainstream music. So everybody thought he was like that in real life. So when they come to test him, they find out, wait a minute.
Yeah.
And then he started making more edgy music, and they thought that was fake. But that's really the type of dude he was since the beginning.
Yes.
So the expectations get all fucked up when you have to play somebody different from what you are. But that's just what making art is. I don't think people look at rock stars like that. Some of them actually do that shit for real. But in general, you see like that dude from Korn and that dude from Limp Bizkit. They're like some square ass people, man. But they make some angry ass music.
Yeah.
And that's just how they are. That's how they portray themselves on stage, but that's not how they are. And I don't think people expect that from them in real life.
Yeah.
But for some reason in hip hop, we expect that from rappers, and it's just strange.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. I was gonna bring up some of the rock stars too. It's like you know, you don't expect them to just be fucking tearing up couches and jumping on tables and shit like that, man. Like now, some of them do, but that's not, you know, they don't. That's not their image where they just go around and do that. And same thing with wrestlers. Now, some kids might feel like they should be walking around in their wrestling pants all the time and you know all that shit, but nah, man, it's just kind of fucked up that they gotta keep that mask on the whole time, and if they be vulnerable one time, then it's like, oh no, he ain't no street nigga for real and all that stuff. And to kind of piggyback on what you said about MC Hammer, it was a lot of R&B artists that was like that.
Yeah,
and niggas that sang that was some street niggas, man. And people used to always say, oh that nigga sing and dance, he can't. Like, nah, that nigga get busy. Like I remember seeing a clip of Barry White talking about how he was in a gang in fucking LA.
Wasn't he in the Crips or something? Yeah.
He's and you know how Barry White sound, just deep ass, soft ass voice. He was just like, yeah, I was in the gang, stealing cars and robbing people, blah 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 blah. And then, you know, and then he said singing, he started, you know, make some of the best love songs, and that pretty much saved his life. That kept him out of trouble. So it's like, man, like, why can't rappers do that? Why can't we just look at the art? Why they gotta put on this mean mug every time you see them too, man?
Yeah, and it also makes their interviews super corny because, like you said, they can never give anybody props. They can never say. The funniest thing is when you ask a rapper who they want to work with, they never say anybody really.
Yeah.
They always try to downplay it. They always say, you know, I'm just doing my own thing. You know, I just make my own art. They know they fanned out about certain artists, man. They know they would want a Jay-Z or a Drake or anybody who's big right now, but they can't say that. So they gotta dance around it.
Yeah, or they go off the wall like, I want to work with Paul McCartney.
Yeah.
They just
Elton
go off,
John,
yeah, they just go off the cuff where you just feel like, all right, man. Or my favorite is whenever you listen to, especially rappers from the 90s, like who some of your favorite rappers you like listen. I don't listen to rap like that. I listen a lot of Anita Baker. I listen a lot. It's just like, well, you listen to no fucking rap music at all outside of yours. You don't listen to no rap music. You just listen to Rick James and Anita Baker and shit like that. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, that's Lil Wayne in a nutshell. Also, by the way, he apparently don't listen to nobody or nothing. So, yeah, that explains why his music sounds like it is right now. And kind of wrapping up on this week, man, some of the biggest social media news had to do with another Druski skit. He this time, I'm sure most people have seen it by now. He released a skit supposedly mocking quote unquote conservative women, but this was very obviously mocking Erica Kirk, the widow of Charlie Kirk, who after her husband was murdered, kind of went on a world tour. The sparklers and all that shit actually happened. Pretty much everything in this video, besides the yoga part, actually happened. We'll play some of it here, in case you haven't seen it or heard it yet.
Get on your feet,
War is raging in Iran.
We're praying for all the soldiers and troops.
That's great that you're praying, but
how about all the kids that died when the USA hit the towers?
It broke my heart. That is
This makeup is insane, by the way. I don't know who did it.
In what ways have you grown closer to Jesus?
I serve a righteous God. And that is why we say our prayers. And we are all his children. But when I say children, I mean like the holy blessed Trinity, which is why I hold the Bible.
All right.
It goes on a little bit longer, and it's harder. I don't want to play the whole thing because I know people listen to the podcast in audio form, so you really got to look at it to get the humor. But yeah, this obviously got some Republicans upset.
By the way, I don't know. Did you see how many likes this got on Twitter?
Nah, how many?
This shit got 1.1 million likes on Twitter.
Damn.
This is probably his biggest skit so far in his career, man.
Has to be. This probably I mean, to be honest, I thought his last one I saw, the Soul Train one, sucked. I thought he could have kept that one in a tuck. I thought it was ass.
Yeah.
But this one, he came back with a vengeance, man. It was very funny. And again, this is actually stuff that happened. It wasn't just him making this shit up. It's actually stuff that you could find clips of. It actually happened. Her weird stare into the camera after certain things. Her talking about how we have to protect young white men, especially in America, and all this shit. This is actually all happened in real life.
The funny thing is, I didn't even know it was about her until I started looking through the comments. And it was like, man, he talking about Erica Kirk. And I'm like, really? And they was posting side by sides and all that stuff. I'm like, holy shit! I would have never known. I would have never known until I would have known eventually. But just my first time seeing it, I had no clue she was doing all that.
Yeah, no, I knew because I tapped in. I told you I'd be tapping into that side of politics and the podcast and stuff, just to be checking the temperature. Yeah. And look, people on both sides think that shit's weird from what I've seen. Even the MAGA people are like, what the fuck? And this is another thing that's divided MAGA a whole lot. This Charlie Kirk shit, which was supposed to unify everybody, really split the entire movement apart, because there are people who believe that Charlie Kirk was murdered by and it was some kind of assassination plot because he was anti-Israel support, he was anti all that stuff, and anti-wars in Iran, all that stuff, and they didn't like that, so he was set up. Some people believe that his wife was some kind of like informant or handler for him, that they weren't really in love, and obviously because she done fucking, after his death, she done pimped it out for all it's worth. It kind of feels a lot like Diddy after Biggie died.
Yeah.
You don't feel like he was that sad.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it definitely feels like something weird going on there. And it definitely split that whole base in two. Candace Owens is one of them who was really anti, because she was close friends with Charlie Kirk.
Yeah.
So she's gone on a rampage against Erica Kirk, and she really thinks that, she has all kinds of conspiracies about what really went on there. So
I was actually listening to her stream, I think it was yesterday or 2 days ago, because I saw she was reacting to the Druski video.
Mm-hmm.
So I was waiting to get to that, so I had to wait for all the bullshit.
Yeah.
And she was talking about the whole conspiracy thing, how pretty much Erica tweeted or posted their Instagram story that he died before he actually died, and all this other stuff. Is like she was pretty much saying she knew that it was going to happen before it actually happened. Like she was a little early to the party. So I was just like, oh, I'm not tapped into that at all. I kind of, once all of that stuff happened, I wasn't following anything Charlie Kirk or anything. But I'm like, damn, that's what people were thinking. And so I was listening a little bit. I was just like, oh, okay, she's not a fan of Erica Kirk at all. And it kind of makes sense now, because I don't know if you saw this, but I feel like a lot of MAGA people and a lot of Republicans pretty much turned away from Candace Owens.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I knew she was a fake and all that other stuff. So I was wondering, I'm like, what the fuck happened?
Yeah, and Nick Fuentes is another one too. He's gone completely against Trump and MAGA now. And Joe Rogan, all these people who grifted off it are now trying to distance themselves away from it. By the way, sidebar, is this a safe space? Can we admit things here? Can we just
Of course,
admit?
man.
Okay. I think Candace Owens is attractive. I think.
No, listen. Hey, did I say that on this podcast before? I don't think I did.
Probably. I can't remember.
Yeah, to me, Candace Owens is one of my hear me outs. She's one of my hear me outs.
She's more than that. I got a little crush on her, man. Hey, just to hear me out. I feel like I could fix her. I could fix her. I think we could have some deep conversations about shit.
Yeah. No, she look all right, man. Like, look, she I don't know. Like, I kind of listen to her more a little bit now because
she has a sexy voice. I'm just gonna say she has a sexy ass voice too, man. Something about it. Here, listen to her talk. I'm like, I could fix her. Okay, I could teach her Black Lives Do Matter.
you saying that to a black person is hilarious.
I know, right?
But you know what won me over with her when she was talking about I think she was talking about people crying on Instagram and she was mocking it. I forgot who was crying on Instagram, but she actually replayed it like if somebody just let me click go live stop post. When she was mocking people doing that, I'm like, I 100% agree with you on this, man. I always wondered that, and I feel like she's totally honest. Look at me caping for her now. She's totally honest. Yeah, this is what we need in America. But she, I don't know. I feel like some of her, I would like to hear more of her opinions on just regular shit. Like, she ain't gonna stay away from politics. That's where she cleaning up at. But I would like to hear her just on some regular ass topics on what she think. I feel like she's super blunt about shit, man. Like I would like to hear her talk about just some dating advice or shit like that. I just kind of want to hear more about her outside of politics. But you're not alone on this one, man.
Yeah, my mom just texted me. I guess she's still watching. She's very disappointed. She texted me in all caps.
Oh man,
she's pissed off. But
hey, salute to your mom for watching, man. She's been watching 2.5 hours.
Yeah, she's been supporting hardcore, but she's very disappointed in me right now. But what can I say, man? I can't help how my heart feels. All right.
So would you be down with trying to get a Candace Owens interview
Hell
on
yeah.
this podcast?
I feel like she's pretty chill, man, and we could have a real talk about things without it getting all incendiary and offensive to people. But some people I just would never give that chance to. Even like a Nick Fuentes, even though he's said some shit that people agree with now, I would never have somebody like that on. Somebody like Aiden Ross, these people, like I don't talk to them. But Candace, I feel like we could talk things out.
I feel like Candace, we could set her up where we could just be like, hey, this situation happened. What do you think about this? And then she probably just go on a rant or some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, yeah. I ain't gonna lie. I didn't really care for it. I guess some of the shit I was seeing early on, it was just like an arrow, and then kind of siding with your mother a little bit. I was just disappointed. Where I'm just like, man, this black girl out here tap dancing for the man and all that shit. And oh, she's married to a white man and all that stuff. It was just like, man, I ain't got the time to hear from her. But some of her regular shit that's not really political, I was just like, dang, she kind of funny. She was actually enjoying that Druski skit a lot.
Oh yeah,
cracking up at that shit. And I was just like, man, I like that, man.
Yeah. Look, I understand, man. People gonna call us sellouts. People gonna say, people gonna be very upset with this. My mom is still upset. She's still texting me. She's very upset with me. But what can I say? I'm not gonna deny it anymore. I was trying to keep it a secret for a long time. It was killing me inside because I was looking at her clips and I was liking them because the likes are private now. So I'm like, I can finally do this in peace. But I'm tired of hiding it, man. That's one person who I feel like, look, we could talk things out. All right, we could convince her maybe of some more progressive views, maybe. I don't know, but
yeah,
I give it a shot.
She kind of. I'm looking at this picture of her right now, right here. She kind of look like JT from City Girls.
Yeah. That looks like a weird picture though. She looks kind of like her eyes are very far apart. But yeah, this is not really a flattering selection of pictures. It's making our case look bad here.
This one right here look all right. Like this is her.
Look good there.
Yeah, that's kind of her set. Not her
that
on
clip
stage.
with her mouth open looks crazy. So now we look a little insane with our takes on her. But
hey, that's why she was a hear me out for me.
Yeah.
But her and her podcast setup, like I enjoy watching her. I would say that.
She gets crazy numbers, by the way. Like every show she does hits 1 million plus.
Dude,
like you don't see anything hit 1 million plus for as many episodes as she has.
Yeah.
So
I was in there, I think yesterday, and it just started. It was at like 50,000. I'm like, damn. And then I looked up, it wasn't even 10 minutes later. Then it was like 90,000. I'm like, God damn, 90,000 people currently watching.
Yep.
And her comments was going like a ticker.
Yep. I couldn't even read the comments.
Yeah. I'm like, damn, man, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe I'll try to reach out to her to see get her on the podcast.
Hell yeah, man. Give us some clout.
My favorite thing about it too. This is just a love fest at this point.
I know, right? People like, what the fuck are these niggas on?
Remember she was on the Breakfast Club, and I think one of the people on there was like, "God is good," and she was like, "Amen." She wait for they was waiting for the God is good all the time, and she was just like, "Amen." And like, oh, she failed. So every time I hear somebody say God is good, I'll be like, amen, amen, amen.
I forgot all about that. I forgot she was on Breakfast Club, man. That was hilarious. But apparently she used to be like a video girl. Somebody dug that up recently. She was like a video girl in some hip hop video back in the day. I didn't know that. So I wonder what led her astray. I wonder if some nigga just did her wrong and she just said, fuck it. I'm going full Christianity, right-wing Republican grift.
Yeah.
So yeah, who knows? But
yeah.
Yeah. All I'm saying is, look, I would.
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say. And last but not least, man, I gotta pump my chest out a little bit because I did see this on social media, and we had a bet going. Figure, remember this. We had a discussion at last podcast about whether or not Foxy Brown would show up at Jay-Z's Reasonable Doubt concert in New York in Yankee Stadium. You said you don't think she'll show up because they haven't talked in a long time, most likely, and whatnot. I said it don't matter if they hadn't, because all you gotta do is just tap her once and she'll come through. I'm sure she still fucks with him. She posted this on Instagram. Pull up the post. Pull it up. She posted this post on Instagram a few days ago with a picture of her and Jay-Z from back in the day and a caption on it that said, "These ain't songs, these is hymns because I'm him." In parentheses at the bottom, imagine Hove name in the same breath as any rap nigga, 3 smiley crying faces. So, look, I think this confirms that she will be there in Yankee Stadium. We'll see the reunion. Or maybe she's just trying to throw it out there that she wants to go without looking too thirsty, even though she does look kind of thirsty there.
Yeah.
What do you think is going on here? What's the plan?
This is what I think going on, because I thought she was going somewhere else with it. And for some reason, I don't know why I didn't bring her name up last week, but I guess it was rumors that said Lil' Kim was supposed to be on that stage, or I guess supposed to be performing too. And she tweeted I think she posted in her story a cap emoji or something like that. And you know what? I think it was something. I think somebody might have said something like Lil' Kim and Foxy Brown gonna be on the same stage together or something like that. And she tweeted a cap emoji. And when I saw that, I'm like, fuck, I ain't even think about it from that part. And I totally forgot Lil Kim was on that. Was it the first? I think she was on the second album, or I think his second album. So she probably wouldn't have been there or something like that. But
yeah,
yeah, I was thinking like if that was the case, if she like if any reason she like if they gonna be sharing the stage, that would be kind of bigger than fucking Foxy Brown coming out with Jay-Z, because I don't think that them two ever gonna get rid of that beef. But I wonder, I say that to say I wonder if Foxy Brown is kind of trolling Lil Kim right there. If she just kind of like, hey, just kind of throwing a little jab at her a little bit, just kind of on some social media shit.
It could be that. That's news to me. Remember that Trump video when he learned that Ruth Bader Ginsburg died? He's like, first time hearing this. Like, I had no idea until you just told me. One of the funniest clips he ever did, by the way. This is the first time I'm hearing this. I didn't know she had that response, but I'm not surprised. I wouldn't, if the bet was if Lil Kim would be there or not, I would say definitely not.
Yeah,
Because
that's why
I don't think they were ever really that cool.
Her and Jay-Z.
Yeah, Lil Kim and Jay-Z. I don't think they were ever really that close.
Yeah,
But,
they were. I know they were on that one song together. That was the
on her
thing.
album, Big Mama Thing. There's some shit. So
No,
yeah,
she was on Jay-Z album too. I think it was Volume 1 she was on.
I wonder what song was it. That fucking
that Wine Girl.
Let me see.
Girl.
I know what.
I know what girls want.
That's what I was thinking. That awful song.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let me see. In my lifetime, what's the fucking checklist look like? Nah, she wasn't. Oh wait, no. Yeah, she was on that "I Know What Girls Like" song on Volume 1.
Yeah. No, I remember
that song was terrible.
I remember that because I didn't like that song.
Yeah, that song was awful. So yeah, I'm not surprised he's not doing no anniversary for Volume 1 because he hates that album too. So yeah. Thankfully, there's no Volume 1 anniversary concert. But yeah, man. So I think she'll be there, or maybe that's just her throwing out the line, like, "Hey, Jay, I'll still stand you. Let me come through on Yankee Stadium." But I think she'll be there. I'm confident, more confident now that she'll be there. But we'll see.
Yeah. No, it'd be dope. And look, I want it to happen. I'm not sitting there saying it shouldn't happen. I would love for that to happen. I was just wondering just how, like I just feel like it's so many Eagles and look like she'd be down for a free fucking flight. Seem like she'd be able to do down to do it for free the way she posted and all that shit. But I don't know. I just, like I said, man, I just feel like some people just, you know how you get too big where you feel like you don't want to, I guess have nobody else share the spotlight type deal. That's how I kind of look at Jay-Z for some reason. Maybe he might be different with this one, where he might just have everybody come out and all that shit. But I wouldn't be surprised if he just like kind of hauled the spotlight a little bit and just.
You have to remember, this will make him look good too. This will be good press for him. The feminists will be happy. The ones who hate him already for all the allegations and the cheating on Beyonce. A lot of women don't like Jay-Z for these reasons. So I think this will get him some brownie points with that crowd to bring out Foxy Brown, who we haven't seen in a long time, any kind of big stage like this. And yeah, I think it will get him some. So it will look good on him to bring her out. So I think for that alone, he would do it.
It would give him a couple brownie points for probably a couple days. We'll be talking about it for a couple days. Well, I think he need to do a little more. He had to fucking bring out Beyonce, and probably more than that, maybe fucking Rihanna or some shit.
Yeah,
when the girl's over. But I see what you're saying though. No, I got you. I think a lot. I think hip hop would like that. Not even just the girls. I think it'd just be a good moment for hip hop to see Foxy.
No, I agree. So we'll see. We'll stay tuned. We'll see what happens on January 10th or July 10th, I think it is. So we'll see. Hopefully they have a reunion and do that song. So.
And by the way, they did add another show too.
Yeah, I saw the extra innings
or some shit.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm kind of confused on if that is that going to be like a combination or an original show, or I don't know. So
Man, I have no clue. I
yeah,
have no
but
clue what he doing. Yeah.
he did do an extra date. I think it's probably sold out by now, but hope that people enjoy it. Hope he streams it. Looking forward to it. So
yeah,
we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
I think that might by that mumble mouth now. I've fucking been talking so long. That might about do it for this edition of the podcast. I don't see anything else. What's the Astros score? Let's look up. Let's close with that.
We're losing. Last time I checked, it was like
5-2 Angels in the bottom of the seventh. So yeah, they lost again.
Well, they losing.
Game's over.
Yeah.
The game is over now. Okay. No, it's not technically, but really, do you think the Astros can get 3 more runs?
I'm over here looking at the box score
In the bottom of the seventh. Even if this was the beginning of the game, I would say getting 3 runs is kind of outrageous for this team. But it's 5-2, bottom of the seventh.
They starting pitcher got rocked too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
gave up 3 runs in the second inning. So yeah, yeesh.
Yeah.
When's that Japanese guy start? What was his name? Isai or something? When's he starting?
Amai. He start the next game.
Okay.
Or no, you know what? I don't think he start the next game. I think he starts he's 4th in the rotation.
Okay.
Yeah, so so I think 4th or 3rd, I can't remember. But I do want to see his start. I think he starts Sunday.
Okay.
Yes, I'm guessing the Astros play tomorrow or Saturday, and then I think he starts Sunday.
Okay.
Yeah,
might tap in for that. We'll see.
Yeah. On the good note, I think the Rockets won. They beat Memphis. Sorry ass.
Yeah.
It don't even matter at this point, man.
It's gonna take a lot more to wash the stink off that last game. So
yeah. I think that shit don't even matter. I think just wait to get to the playoffs to see what they do, man. Like I can't get happy about a win against Memphis.
Nah.
With no Ja Morant, and I don't even know who on their team.
I wouldn't even be happy about a win over the Timberwolves, the way they were looking and who they had on the court, and they still lost. So yeah, man, it's rough out here for Houston sports. But keep your head up, man. Be safe. Don't travel too much. Don't drive too much. Guys, it's still crazy out here. Just shack up and do what you gotta do to make it through, man. Because we in tough times right now. So everybody, keep your head up. And thanks for everybody who tuned in, man. Thanks to Tab, Matt, David, who's on a flight right now, probably, my mama, everybody else who done tapped in and watched. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. And until next time,
peace.